Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Counter-Strike University Challenge here. This is the NUEL stream. I'm Raptros, and with me, as ever, Dr. Pi, Mr. John Chia. Well, we've just seen Warwick Stretchy Boys secure themselves a win over the Trinity Force, the Irish team in this competition, and that sets themselves up for a grand final here, best of three between themselves and the Polish competitor, which I will try to pronounce now. So again, apologies to any Polish viewers. So Polsko Japonska Akademia Technik Komputerowych. There we go. That's going to be my attempt again.
Japanese Computer Academy. So yeah, they did have a much more convincing win against the German side. They won 16-8. So props for them. Going against the German side, they're not the winners of the Uniliga, so the German league. They did come second as the first German team was unavailable. So maybe had a bit of an easier game. So we don't know really how much this pairs up into this matchup, but again, like before, we don't really know much about these other countries' teams. Warwick, we obviously week in, week out, we've known them for a long time. They're kind of one of the veteran teams now in the NUEL, and we watch them fairly often. But I have no information whatsoever on this Polish.
Yep, they won the EDU Esports League for CSGO, which is kind of Poland's equivalent of the NUEL, so their top university competition there. And they won against what I thought was going to be a pretty strong Germany as well. So shows how much I know, but they've got themselves into this grand final now. And a best of three situation is a whole different beast here, John, compared to the best of one that we've just witnessed. And Warwick, I think they still have quite a few things to work on for this particular matchup because their CT side, at least on Inferno, was just absolutely horrible. It had to be a comeback from 11-4 down at halftime. They managed to make it work, but only just. But this Polish side might be a team that punishes that a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. And there was a lot of problems coming in for Warwick, especially on that CT side. On the T side, again, they still were kind of maybe recuperating from the tilt they had. But I don't know what's going on in chat. They're saying a lot of Polish things, but distracting me. But yeah, this Polish team, they could be a lot more rigorous. They could play a lot faster pace. They could play a lot slower. They could work map control better. They might have better utility usage. They might be better aimers. So coming into this Warwick need to keep an open mind. They need to kind of play safe, play smart, continue on their own game. They're going to need FaZe to drop maybe 50 in regulation if they want to win. 60. It's not too much for him. So we'll see how things are going. The Savitos are looking to start here, so I will bring up graphic for myself.
There we go. So the first ban going towards what's going to be the Polish side right now. They've banned Overpass. The Warwick will reply in terms of banning Cash. So both maps where Warwick don't usually play all that much. So I don't think they'll be too concerned about those maps going. But we will get the first pick coming in just a couple of moments' time. Of course, this is a slight adaptation. We are playing a best of three here as opposed to a best of one. And let's see what that first map is actually going to be, because they're taking a little bit of time to try and deliberate over this one. But in terms of the maps, of course, when we consider Warwick, we consider their train, of course. We've seen them be very good on Mirage as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if one of those two maps was either the picks for them. But in terms of the Polish side that's here today, I have no information on them, so I'm not sure entirely what they're going to pick. They're going to pick Mirage, so that's going to be a very, very interesting one for them. Do Warwick actually decide to pick Train off of that fact, because it wasn't banned in the first phase?
Definitely. I think Warwick should move over to a config pick of Train. It was their home map, and they have gone to pick it, but it does allow the Polish side to pick the starting side. So they will start CT, which is kind of a bit of a hindrance to picking Train as your map pick. In a best of three, you'd preferably have it as the opponent picks Train into you. You get yourself the side choice, but we're going to see Nuke and Inferno get banned out. Obviously, Warwick aren't too confident in their Inferno. We're going to see a Dust 2, a map we haven't really seen at all in the NUEL this season so far.
No.
Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of it, as it kind of brings that kind of freshness to the games.
Yeah, exactly. Warwick have had experience on it, and I cast the game for a three-letter organization that we can't mention, and they managed to
Oh,
win the grand final in terms of that one. So, and that one of those maps in that best three was Dust 2. So, they're looking decently good here for Warwick, but that is only from a very British perspective and from knowing a lot about Warwick perspective. I have no idea what Poland or the Polsko-Japonska Akademia Technik Komputerowicz is able to throw out there. But Mirage to start us off, this is going to be Poland's map pick here, so expect a strong showing from them.
yeah, definitely. And it's kind of all Warwick has to do here is to kind of show a good showing on Mirage. We don't really know too much about this Polish Japanese team, possibly, as they do move in. So Mirage is a comfort pick map for a lot of teams. It's a map that everyone plays and pugs on fairly commonly if you do go towards face systems like that. So this map should be a bit of a comfort map for both teams. Have seen Warwick lose quite convincingly on Mirage before, obviously, kind of most iconically losing 16-2 to Oxford Brooks Vipers in winter. So it's a map that they can fall short on. However, Train is a map that is really put Warwick on the map, let's say. They've really been kind of good at Train their CT side, their aggressive AWPers. Original G just being able to do so
Yeah.
much work for them. Maybe try to take a bit of pressure off Fade's back, as I don't think he was too happy with having to drop 38 to win the previous map.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be too happy about that, even though you're racking up the frags. Maybe some more effort required from the rest of your team in that sort of situation there for Warwick. And they got through by the skin of their teeth against Ireland, but will Poland be a little bit of a more potent adversary? We'll just have to wait and see. All 10 players are in the server right now. They're readying up to be able to begin the match here. And of course, we will see Warwick actually start on the CT side here since that process was done via the veto process. So no knife round until we get towards
Yeah.
Dust 2 here. We're just waiting on Warwick to get themselves all readied up and then we can get going.
Yeah, it's curious to see Warwick start off on the CT side, obviously. Going into Inferno, a heavily CT-sided map, and Mirage, another slightly CT-sided map. They had a really poor showing on the CT side, and I think the confidence they could build from having a really strong T side, it'll help carry them through the series. We've seen Warwick a lot being kind of embodying NIP in the old meta where they used to go, we'll pick T side at the start of best of three on a middle ground map, just to allow ourselves to get the momentum, battle that economy, just keep the CCs down and out, and win their first map, and then have the mental pressure of winning the T side so convincingly. And that's something that Alan does do for the Warwick Stretchy Boys. But coming into this, they pick CT side. They're playing a bit more cautious, I do believe. So we're guessing he makes them pick Kit in double flashes there.
Here we
Doesn't pick
go,
up
then.
the smoke, but yeah, Kulisek getting the only smoke and double flash for the T side. So they're going to head over towards B. We're going to see 3 CT players move there for the time being. So a little bit of a stack coming in as a early aggressive push, but we've got a player hidden up on top of Ninja.
There we go. Out on towards the side. So the other side decide to go be rush on this first pistol round. They're opening up with 2 quick frags as well. Jacob able to trade one back. So is Fate as well. That's going to be the bomb down on towards the B side. Fate does do so much work still. The rest of his rotations have come in. Jacob trying to find players around the side of the site itself. And Fades and Jacob have done so much work there. 2 frags, 3 frags. That is absolutely convincing there for Warwick. They did surrender the site partially to Poland as they piled themselves out of the apartments, but fantastic amount of delay work, especially from Jacob on that site itself to make sure that bomb doesn't go down and allows time for all of the Warwick Stretchy Boys to try and rotate back in to try and defend that site.
Yeah, really nice work coming out from the Warwick Stretchy Boys. Fades again picking up 3 frags there, just carrying on his amazing performance from the first map, and Nigel's going to pick down the first frag here, giving the Tisa site as Fades trades out on 2, and the Tisa's just going to look to die here. Fades getting caught off guard, but Jacob has his back, so they're just going to look for the final play and a clean sweep round for the Warwick Stretchy Boys. They got the plant down, which allows the Tisa to buy up into this next round, but losing no players does maintain the CT economy a little bit more. Just being able to win that pistol round in the second round is it's a lot better from what we saw in an Inferno last time.
A lot better indeed, getting themselves two rounds on this CT side, about half the number they managed to get against against Ireland in the previous match. So starting off things quite well here on the CT side, but Poland, this is going to be the first test, arguably for Warwick here, because they've got the T side have got themselves a good amount of AKs, all 5 AKs, got all the utility they could possibly need as well. They're going to go for a fast or relatively fast play up towards mid here, able to gain that control. Kulsek going to be the player that's in a much more advanced position right here. He's just crept his way up through towards the catwalk, and falling behind the box there allows him a little bit of a route in towards the ladder room as well, which can be so powerful, especially when you do eventually decide to go towards that A site. You can catch off so many rotations from the vent.
Yeah, it's a great position to have, and that full middle control coming out from the T's just allows them to limit rotations. The CTs are going to be forced to go through the CT spawn, not allowing to cut through underpass or short or connector. So we're just going to see the T's group up, and they're going to start splitting B here. One player coming through out 3 from short, and they've got a lurking. Captain MFX just get traded out equally as the entry comes out to the A side. And Mason getting caught off guard, but Jacob finding 2 frags of his own here, sat low on HP, so he's just going to have to try and stay alive. But so I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the T sat low. Yeah,
I'll say that's 6J right there on the Polish side. So that's still a 2 versus 2 now, swings in the favor of the Warwick side now. Broly in a 1 versus 2 situation to try and get the first round for Poland. Spots Jacob across his view, but the thing is, he's not able to land any of the shots at all. Jacob's still on low HP. Broly through the window, trying to get towards the bomb, but Fades is holding directly over it. Warwick Stretchy Boys will get their 3rd round in this first map, and Poland will have to go down on towards the pistols once again here. This is much more convincing for Warwick than we saw them up against Ireland. They have actually gotten some momentum on the CT side now, which they can really build on. Again, Fades coming up absolutely huge. 7 frags in this game so far with only 3 rounds done. He's going to have a mega performance this game as well, I bet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Fades is just one of those star players, just definitely one of the top 5 players in the uni scene for sure. With his trophy history just being kind of the carry for the Warwick Stretchy Boys, he's definitely the #1 player in the uni scene, kind of from that perspective. So we're going to see the CTs just bring out 1 AWP at the moment, just on Jacob. So we're going to see the T's also force up a little bit, buy 2 smokes, just buy down to about $2,000. So we'll see where they can put those to use. As the CT side, they've been looking fairly convincingly, but just off the back of kind of individual plays from Jacob and Fades at the moment, just having 6 and 7 frags individually, and not really allowing any of their teammates to find any of their own.
Poland down onto pistols, armor on Ditsu and 6J. But here they go out on towards B. They will decide to attempt. MFX actually gets hit with one of the smokes there as Ditsu opens things up in terms of the site take itself. But MFX is here ready to try and defense. 3 aims for the rest of them as well. But Inu has found one on towards the site. Jacob pushed up with the AWP, gets so much pressure. But Fades here hiding on the site is able to find at least 1 here. Finds the 2nd as well as the 3rd goes his way. And maybe the 4th. Not going to happen just yet. 6J will stabilize things somewhat. Bring it down to a 1 versus 1. But Expresso now, Nigel with the M4A1S, able to sort him right out. Yeah, Fades again. Huge round for him. He's up to 10 with only 4 rounds.
Yeah, Fades just pulling that round back in the favor of Warwick. Just looking so close for the Polish side, but clinched back out. Fades just stepping in, taking down the Panther, swinging out, getting 2 more frags. 3 in total that round, and just clutches it out for the side. But the heavy mid presence is just going to be coming out for the T side. Just haven't got that top mid smoke down, so they're going to try and swing Jacob there, but the leg comes out. Nice damage done, but careful to re-peek, and he will go for it. Doesn't get killed, but no damage out for him. MFX edging around the smoke, and the CTs they don't want to give up this mid control so early on.
Nope, but the thing is, Poland slowly starting to creep their way out. Fades, changing position, he sits in, lying in wait in connector. MFX has found his way towards the vent as well. Can surprise a couple of players that push themselves under window there if they're not too careful. MFX with the FAMAS. Ditsu just going to get timinged. MFX looking for the repick, gets timing back as Ditsu rolls himself back towards under. That must be pretty frustrating for MFX if he knew about that, but Kulsek now trying to have a little bit of an explore towards this A side of the map. None of the Warwick Stretchy boys are peeking him at this moment in time. Ditsu making his way up through towards Connector, though. Fades will spot him out, able to put him into the ground as well. Now, Poland, they're all spread out across the map. No trade potential here for the T side, so Kulsek has to be careful. He has to be landing shots if he does decide to make his way out on towards this side, walking all of the way up. Jacob is pushed up, and he will be put down. Kulsek tries to land a spray on towards Fades, and Fades will go down as well. Kulsek able to open up this A site, at least relatively. MFX able to trade one back, though, as Warwick will start to enroach on towards this A site. Still 17 seconds remaining, and bomb plant still not yet going down for the Polish side. That starts to become a lot more of an issue, but Brokey has been able to get the dribble to get that bomb plant through. 2 versus 2 situation now. Mason supporting his teammate. Going to come up through connector. MFX through towards jungle as well, but 6J has managed to find the shot, and same for Broly. Poland able to score their first round in this best of 3.
Yeah, definitely. And taking down Jacob and Fades as the first 2 frags for the T side. That is kind of the linchpin that wins the rounds, as Fade sat on 11 frags, Jacob still sat on 6, but Mason, MFX, and Nigel 3, 3, and 0. And so it's not really cutting it, as they are forced down onto an eco, losing so many players so early on, but 6J just not finding that up shot, gets tagged down, but Inu comes out and saves his life, and the mid stack coming out from the CT is neutralized by the smoke, and a lot of damage potentially could have come out there, but T's are able to find the frags, and the AK's just winning at range, and Fade's just going to be left in a 1 versus 5. Some of the T players are low, but the Molotov gets dropped in, this is going to be forced out. Hopefully he can take down one of these low players, but Inu isn't, so he can't win that duel. And Poland, they bring it back 4-2. They've got the economy and the CT side there. We'll see if they're going to force up into this, and they are just going to buy up. Kind of like the utility though, as Nigel does opt for the MP9 just to buy up full nades. As Fade does pick up an AWP, and typically we'd see Original G or Jacob hold the AWP. So that's a bit different for him.
Yeah, let's see if he's able to make it work. Maybe he has a little bit of a better spawn for window. Fades pushed up with the P. 6J is going to be his opposite AWPer in towards top mids. Fades not actively peeking the top boxes. It allows the Poland side to just creep their way up right now. Broly's able to throw the smoke on towards the top of connector to give his team a little bit more breathing room inside of this mid area. Don't have to worry about getting shot over the top of smokes at all. Fades still very, very passive with that AWP, and Mason gets tagged down to 84. Poland just sort of happy here to sit in the mid position and just wait for work to come to them.
Yeah, definitely. Having that mid control is such a key kind of area for Mirage. You're always constantly battling for mid control. So we're going to see Broly boosted up just to peek around into jungle, deep jungle. But they did use 2 smokes to smoke off windows, so it's a wasted utility being used by the T side early into the round. But the CTs only have 1 Molotov and 1 flash left. And so it's not really enough to cut it. But they are going to boost up into the window position as Broly left to lurk, but Fade's holding on. Knows it's a possibility, and he's just going to bait that position out, just to relinquish his control, just to allow the T's to think they can push closer. But if he doesn't hit that shot, Jacob could be in a bit of a pickle, as the split from jungle and connector and site going to be too much for him to handle. But Klusek to spot out Nigel's Molotov goes down, the shot gets fired out as Klusek. He's looking edging closer for a frag, but Inu finds 2 with the AK spray down pace, looking to flick up, but can't flick down. As Klusek takes him down, Mason finds a frag back, but too late. As 8 seconds on the plant, and MFX can do it all, but he doesn't go for the plant, and the plant gets pushed down. And MFX could have won the round there just by taking out on the planter, just stepping out a little bit more. He saw the leg, he could have gone for it, but unfortunately he doesn't, and he does get taken down.
Poland going through by the skin of their teeth there. If MFX's spray was slightly more to the left, then that bomb planter would have been killed, and there wasn't going to be enough time for them to pick it back up and get it down on the floor once again. So it's going to be forcing Warwick actually down onto a pistol strat here. They'll have to stack towards the B side of the map, but will Poland actually be caught out by this one? They're sending the bomb up towards Catwalk, maybe straight up into this stack, but no. Kulsek deciding to explore towards connector right now. Warwick, they've sent one off of B towards this A side of the map just to try and spot for information. Broly will find him, and that's going to be the A side open for Poland to get the plant in. Work stretchy boys, just doing maybe some damage with the pistols then, but the thing is the AWP lurk there from 6J is just going to do a lot of damage. Bruley as well doing so much work against these pistols. And again, 5 alive for Poland, able to build up that bank. Bruley has got himself on towards 10k in cash as well, same with Inu.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to see the CTs finally buy up again. 4-4 is the scoreline. They're just going to try and claw back into this. They did win the Inferno game with 4 rounds on the CT side, but hopefully they won't try and kind of emulate that by losing the rest of the CT half. But Fades trying to hold that mid position here. Not really known for his mid presence. I always thought he was more of a B or A player, but you can see the smoke drop down, and Fades just single-handedly try to keep all these T's away. They're not really playing for info, and Fades just going to be flashed out. The T's enter into connector, but the flick takes down Inu. No more entry frags for him. Fades shuts it down, moves on to 12 frags as Phil or MFX coming in from the short position, trying to find the frags. Knows where they could be. Almost gets a headshot, but Klusek, thinking they would still be on Eco, still maintains the pistol armor, but does pick up Inu's AK.
Yep, he does. So Poland now still at the full sort of complement of weaponry right now, even though they have the man disadvantage. Bruley having a little bit of a look in towards the window right now with his teammate boosting up. He can move that one forward slightly, maybe getting himself jumped into that window. Similar sort of strategy to what I did last time, but Fades has this angle covered, but Bruley has the superior aim. Able to take Fades completely out of the round, but Jacob holding strong with the AWP eventually gets himself traded out by 6J. But the thing is, there's Express in the sandwich, only able to find one before 6J again with the AWP is able to sort him out. 2 versus 2 situation now. Bomb going to be planted on towards that A site. Bruley on 28 HP, 6J on a AK now, and a single flashbang to his name as well, so not much utility for the T side here to defend the post-plant situation. Warwick, though, they do have a couple of Molotovs, and of course smoke and flashbangs to use to make sure that their entry on towards the site here is clear, but that bomb, that triple right now, MFX can get that smoke down on towards the bomb. There's not much Poland can do about this except for hopefully spray through the smoke once that inertial defuse comes in here from MFX. He's going to hold down on towards the bomb, but the thing is 6J, he does know that one is defusing. He might have thought that Mason was the diffuser there, how close he was to the smoke, but no, he's able to readjust, get that spray through, just make sure that Warwick can't get the ninja.
Yeah, really nice play coming out from 6J there, just being able to quickly take down the diffuser in the smoke. Sometimes you panic, sometimes you just spray a bit wildly, but clinical stuff from him takes down MFX. You did hold on to a lot of his utility for that retake, but we're going to see a force up coming out from the CT side. Now by upgraded pistols as the T start barreling out towards A, finding the frags first up by Bruley, taking down Jacob, but blocked in the smoke as Distu takes down another. 3 versus 5 now as Phage just can't find the frags, can't find the rounds for his team. As when he doesn't get those early frags, his team doesn't really find the round wins, and it's just not good enough for them.
They're not even really doing any damage to the Polish side either, because their economy is looking absolutely fantastic right now. Warwick will be able to get themselves a double op setup, yes, but they really need to make this one work to stop this game from going out of their control right now. Of course, it is Poland's map pick here, so I don't think Warwick would be too concerned about losing this one. It would mean that for them to win this game, they will have to take it to a 3rd map. A bit of a marathon here with the 1 best of 1 and then maybe a full best of 3, but maybe we're getting a little bit too ahead of ourselves here. Here we go, Poland out one towards the A site once again. The preferred plan of attack. Jacob's not able to land the shot. Expresso finds one on defense though. Jacob's able to readjust and now finds the 2nd AWP kill as well. But Klusek able to bring one back here for Poland. He is in towards the mid position right now. Inu has been able to find himself out on towards the site. He puts the bomb plant in as well. Fades though. Takes out Klusek. Bomb plant still comes through though for Poland. 1 versus 4 for Inu to manage now. And is this inside the realms of possibility here? Fade's going for the above play, but the thing is he gets flashed by his own teammate there, but still somehow survives. MFX able to shoot Inu directly in the head. Warwick Stretchy Boys finally getting their 5th round here after a lost streak of 6, excuse me. But that could have very easily gone the other way.
Yeah, definitely here. The A execution coming out for the T side, just bursting out, but just being shut down quickly by the CTs, just maintaining that and allowing the bomb plant to go down. They know that the T economy is so well so big that you don't really need to worry about them getting an extra $800 per person by just getting that bomb down. So they let them get the plan. They just maintain all the players alive that they can, and that's good for the CT economy. Is they're going to go into the 12th round here. Just going to play nobody in mid to begin with, but going to try and retake from short connector. But MFX can't hit that shot, but does land a USP headshot. Helps apply phase. He gets traded out as Mason takes down Disco. So jumping out one by one, shooting Fisher in a barrel as MFX takes down 6J and is left to Broly in a 1 versus 4. He has got the AWP. He does know where a couple of the players are, so he's just going to wait for an overextension. And he's just going to look for an entry, but he's just going to back off here for now. Mason looking to smoke him off.
Broly will regress through the smoke, though, with that AWP. Bomb very much down on towards that B side right now, so Broly is only just going to be a matter of time before Mason gets a little bit impatient, just checks the angle, and zones in right in the side of the head as well. We are all level here in map 1 of this best of 3. And the next map is going to be is Warwick's map pick. We're going to go on to train, and if needed, we will have a decider on Dust 2 as well. So that is the video process going down for both of these sides right now. But in this one, there's nothing to separate them on Mirage. Jacob,
not really.
Yeah. Go on, John.
He's trying to use the Molotov there early on to catch the smoke. When the smoke lands in that early down Molotov, it's extinguished behind the window, so he can peek out window and catching the T's off guard. But he does manage to rotate around, find an early frag himself, so he's gonna bring it up to a 5 versus 4. But really just jumps out of A apartments and takes down Nigel here, and Phage is just forced out of position. The A side is all in favor of the T side here. It's really just kind of cracking it wide open there.
Yeah, absolutely. Finding those frags on towards the site, and now MFX has a little bit of an angle to work with up towards jungle if they decides to push up through that way. Inu able to win the aim duel against Mason, though. 2 versus 4 situation now. Warwick both with AWPs. They just are looking for the exit frags here. I don't think they have much of a chance in this round at all. Aim is to do damage to that T side right now, and just have to take the reset on, well, sort of the partial reset on the chin here. They did able to get themselves 2 rounds in a row, but still, Jacob, the exit frag, not able to land the flick upwards on towards Broly, as Broly still jumping around, and Jacob will make sure that his jumping escapades are not going to happen anymore. 6J able to find Jacob, so that's one of the AWPs taken out of the equation here for Warwick Stretchy Boys. Can MFX save this one? Can't land the shot as the player crosses through market, but I think he should be pretty safe here, unless he's spammed through that wood.
Yeah, I can see why Phage is now picking up the ult for the Warwick Stretchy Boys. I'm missing some key shots there, and that's just not allowing the early frags for the Warwick side, and you need those on this when the T's are coming out so aggressive and trying to get map control so early on. Having the ult to find the frags is pivotal. And so we're going to see the double up setup come out again as MFX boosts himself up, but again, early aggression punishes him. The trade comes out, but that's an AWP and a frag lost. And so in a 4 versus 4, the T side is going to be kind of in favor here. So the mid control is coming out for Klusek as the T's do group up back towards A, but such a nice frag coming out here. Nigel's going to have to anchor as the rotation is coming in from Jacob, going to help back him up.
Yeah, but there goes the entry for Broly once again on towards the A side, but Jacob will make sure he can't do any further damage. Still looking towards this A site though for Poland, as the bomb has managed to cross up on towards triple and is able to get, or at least the attempted plant down for the ramp. Has to back out for that one. Klusek and 6J though able to whittle Warwick down to 1 now. Fades in a 1 versus 3. Bomb going to be planted the ramp side of that triple box. Phage will be spotted out as well, so Poland know exactly where he lies, and that flash is just going to spell the end there of Phage. Ditsu able to peek out with his teammates flashbang, and Poland extend their lead coming into, coming towards the end of the first half. They will in fact win the first half no matter which way this round goes. So Warwick Stretchy Boys again going to be losing their CT side.
Yeah, Phage's not getting 35 frags in this half just doesn't mean they can win out the half outright. So we're going to see them force up into this. A couple of upgraded pistols and one MP9 who's just going to go swiftly into underpass with Phage. So going to try and catch the AWPer off guard, and he's he's not really paying attention. So this could be a frag anytime now if MFX decides to push, but patiently waiting could cost him dearly as smoke comes down. He's going to back off here as MFX waiting, and this is an aggressive underpass positioning, and they don't realize here as Klusek gets taken down, and 6J again just doesn't realize that there could be more. So he's not even checking it. So this is a bit of a misplay from him, but hasn't been punished somehow. And so
Yeah,
we're going to see the T's just group up 4 versus 5, and really he's out on the entry though.
yeah, again, he's found the entry kills onto this A site on previous occasion, looking to do so again. Espresso tagging him down to 49 through the smoke with the C-set 75. He'll play some shenanigans in here as well. But the thing is, Bruley will win out. Jacob with the flank blow up through towards ramp. Bruley's down to 10 HP, and he's still trying to take a gunfight of his own towards CT as well. Fade's now having to reload in the window. Ditsu will take him out, but Jacob found one. So has Mason with the Deagle MFX. Able to bring things back for Warwick as well. 3 versus 1 now. Ditsu versus 2 pistols and an SMG, and he won't win. Warwick Stretchy boys will have a good finish to their first half. Scoreline 7-8, nothing to separate these two teams at this moment. Fantastic first half.
Yeah, really close half coming out from the Warwick Stretchy boys. The Polish side just edging it, but there was a lot of whiff shots there coming out from the CT side. The CCs aren't just a little bit of changes, a little bit of a nerf to it. It just means that they can't land the consecutive headshots so quickly. Fade easily able to find the headshots, but the rest of his team is being a bit too difficult. But coming into this, they did win the pistol round. They did win the pistol round, and then the next 3 rounds. So going 4-0 up and having the half end 8-7 in favor of the other team is not too good. Having the Polish side win several gun rounds against them is a bit daunting, but as we saw in the Inferno game, Warwick are a T-sided team. Fade is he's on his way to getting the 40 bomb. I'm sure we'll see one someday. I'm sure he's also fed up of trying to carry his team to victories, but we're going to see a double smoke, double flash setup come out, and the PG is going to be dropped as raid bosses to Nigel and Fades, and the pause is going to come out for their Polish side. So they have been using their pauses quite frequently, which is something we don't really see in the NUEL. As only really Warwick of the team, we see that call pauses there to just kind of call timeout, chill out, rethink what they're doing, and just come back in with a fresh mindset.
Yeah, maybe something special on the cards here for this pistol round for them on the CT side. Of course, the NUEL, the British University League, is not not too much of a stranger to wacky pistol strats. But let's see what Poland have in store for us on their CT side then. Going to be leading into this second half. That's the only advantage that they have right now. Warwick deciding to head themselves towards A. Looks like it's going to be just those 2 smokes going down on towards the site. The flash is going to be deployed as well. Pulsec in the palace position. Ditsu trying to spot over towards the stairs and down towards ramp as well. No one from Warwick showing at the moment. Warwick just got their own timing here, waiting for that clock to hit a certain number before they decide to throw those smokes. But Kulsek is gaining a lot of information here. He knows they're not going to come through Palace, so Ditsu, he has only one place to aim, only one place to be concerned about, and Kulsek's going to push even further. The longer Warwick leave it here, the more damage that might be done here by Kulsek. He's going to watch. No. There was a player waiting for that push as well, but Kulsek able to take out Fade, and now Warwick, they have to go so quick on towards this site now because Poland can get the rotations in. They've already edged their way out. Mason is here. Flash from his teammate, able to push towards jungle as well. He's been given so much room to breathe and able to take out Inu as well. So Warwick, they've recovered things somewhat. They were able to get the bomb plant down. Lots of damage down on towards MFX, though. Espresso finding Broly, and now what do Poland do on this retake? Ditsu on top of the box. MFX will spot him out, but Ditsu lands the shot first, and Mason now takes out 6J, but the thing is Pulset has got it back now for Poland. Now down on towards the side bomb. Control gains from Poland, trying to stick that defuse as well, but they're off the bomb now. Espresso, has he done enough? Down to 10 HP. No kits on the side of Poland. They're going to stick the defuse all they want, and now they're off it. Round is done. Round is completely done. Warwick have managed to get the pistol round here. What a topsy-turvy round.
Yeah, really, really close there. Just unfortunately, Klusek didn't have that kit early when they
he picks it up now.
Yeah, it's a bit too late. But really nice aggressive push coming out from them, just going aggressive in abs. Fade's not able to hit the headshot, maintains that position in Palace, and just going to be a thorn in the side of Warwick, but allowed to get the frags. Nigel is just pushing aggressively, getting the P2 headshots. And so we're going to see them pick up 3 SMGs and 2 rifles. And we're only going to see Klusek force up, as he did get so many frags in that pistol round. He's able to buy armor and a CZ and just keep the kitten by up a smoke. So good on him. But we're going to see FaZe try and edge you with the Mac 10. Jacob does find the first headshot as they're going in. MFX takes down Dis2. So nice work, but the CT is aggressive at ramp, and Mason left alone, just going to move in towards Palace. And a clean anti-eco so far, as the T's are just mopping up map control, and New the last alive on A, and can't really do anything with these Mac 10s jumping around. Fades finds 2 frags already, and he's just going to add to his ADR.
Yep, he is. He's up to 17 frags in this game already. Jacob putting in a huge amount of work. He's up to 15 as well. So start work showing up. Really almost able to find one, but Espresso, Nigel, whatever name he decides to choose for any particular game, able to finish him off there. But Warwick going to be taking the lead here. Fantastic start to their T side, and this was the side they were much more confident on against Ireland. So maybe that theme will continue here for Warwick. If they can close this one out in convincing fashion, they'll carry all the confidence that they need in towards Train. And a confident Warwick on Train is much more potent than just a normal Warwick on Train. That's potent already, but here comes FaZe, and with all the confidence in their will, just jumping out with the Mac 10. Express are able to get one as well. Already starting to fall apart here on the first CT gun round for Poland. Brody hanging out behind the smoke, though, will be joined by MFX. Able to spray him right in directly in the side of the head. So Warwick Stretchy Boys going down to 4, though, still have the numbers advantage. Bomb taken away, planted for apartments as 6J is able to open things up. Same with Dis2 as well. Gets the kill with the AWP, swings the numbers advantage in their favor, but Fades with the Mac 10 is able to find 6J as he tries to push himself on towards the side. Jacob spraying Dis2 down with the AUG as well. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Both players so low. Fades pulls out the pistol. He tries to edge his way around, but Broly has the pistol in hand as well, but he does not have a kit. Bomb too far gone. Warwick still win the round. Still in the lead as well. Oh, again, another confusing round, just like the pistol.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just in a post-plant situation, just so sloppy, giving away so many frags, not really playing the crossfires, not really playing for the trades, just allowing the CTs to get such kind of aggressive positions, just pushing forward in the B site without really being picked up. Obviously, with the Mac 10, you can't really take those favorable angels, but FaZe does clutch out in the end, just playing for time. And we're going to see them buy up again, and Bruley got on that lone AWP here, and he's just not going to be able to find that shot. But Klusek does take down Mason aggressive early in Palace, and that's going to be them in a 5 versus 4. They've now picked up an AK, and they've got a couple of Deagles and a CZ left, so a scary round. And it's going to be great for the CT economy if they do win this. We are going to see the T side just slow it down just a bit as they work the map control. Bruley and Dis2 playing short. They're going to go try and get aggressive and boost up back into mid.
Here we go.
And Bruley find the headshot. Oh.
Bruley is able to find it. Death from above over the top of the short box. And now Warwick down to 3, and 6J has the angle over the bomb, with the Deagle. So bomb control now in the favor of the Poland side, and Fade and Expresso, they have a lot, and I mean a lot of work to do if they're going to have any chance in this round. Another AK going the way of Poland as well. So Kulsek and 6J able to get themselves a bit of an upgrade here as they file the rest of their teammates towards T-Spawn as well, just so they can have multiple angles to cover off this bomb from. I think Expresso and FaZe here might as well just not give them the luxury of putting them in the grave.
Yeah, giving them 2 more weapons coming into the next round is also a huge boost. Giving them 2 weapons already is also. But just try and find a couple of frags. That's all Warwick has to do here. And that's what Fade can't do here as he lifts it straight onto 6J, who just shakes his mouse and just puts him to bed, and Nigel just left lurking in the ladder position. 5 seconds. He's just going to try and stay alive.
Yep. Just staying alive, that is it. And the song itself probably a bit too much of a upbeat one for Espresso with how those rounds have been going so far. But Warwick still in the lead, still hold the advantage. They are still able to get themselves rifles, albeit Galil, onto MFX and Mason. Just that weapon just never ever works for me. Every single time I pick it up, it's somehow not able to land the shots. The inaccuracy, at least the fair shot accuracy of that gun is absolutely terrible. But look at that grenade on towards Warwick, and Six's done a lot of damage here, looking for the spray down as the Exodus house on towards the site. The mobs also on the site will go down for Poland. Stretchy Boys able to get themselves at least a bomb plant here with just the one entry onto the site. Now 4 versus 4.
Yeah, bringing in this in. The CTs have stayed alive. They're going to go for this retake here. The flash not working out, and Inu just going to stay alive there. The flash doesn't help finding them frags, but Jacob gets one. Does get the double spray down here. 2 versus 3 now as this 2 gets taken down, but Klusek has it all to do. Just going to try and find the bomb. Smoke goes on again. He's tapping it. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. 1 second. They're not spraying, and he does get taken down. MFX late as hell, coming around the smoke and just takes him down. And that was a mighty close defuse coming out there for the Polish side, but Warwick Stretchy Boys, they do take it 11-9. Nice work there. Early execute. Do take a lot of damage, but play the post-plant situation very well. Just unfortunate for the Polish side that their flash for retaking just didn't execute perfectly. So Inu couldn't get the frags there. But they are going to force up into this round, and FaZe just throwing the Molotov down, not prepared for the aggressiveness, and the flashes come out. Really gets the first frag, and Jacob trades out as Really tries to fall back, but he can't. But 6J comes from short and takes down 2, and that's another couple of frags going their way, and it's going to be 2 versus 3.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the must-win rounds right now for Poland. If they lose this one, they'll be down onto the pistols, at least. Warwick Stretchy Boys reassessing their options with the 2 players that they have right now. If Poland are able to win this, this will be the economy reset for the Warwick Stretchy Boys. And who has just been spotted backing himself off of short, and now Espresso might have a half a clue about how to get himself out on towards this B bomb site right now. But the walls are closing in right now for the Warwick Stretchy Boys. We've had a push will come through from StixJ. He's gonna find them from behind in just a couple of moments' time. Mason is well aware of that fact, just looking for it, but StixJ is just playing the patience game right now. Mason knows that something might be coming from behind. Decides to try and flash his teammate out of the apartment instead. There we go. That goes through, but the Poland side are all very, very close here. They're going to give the site away for free, at least for now. StixJ tries to make his way through, but there we go. He spots out Mason. That's a quick round going the way of Poland. After they found those 2 players, 6J and Ditsu able to step out respectively, and able to find those frags to be able to get themselves into double digits as well, resetting the Warwick Stretchy Boys as well. They'll have to go for some form of eco here.
Yeah, patiently playing that, the Polish team just playing it so well. Just doesn't want to give any early frags away, just playing that 3 versus 2 out perfectly. Know when they're executing, then that's when they start pressing in from both sides. And we're going to see the T's just jump out, go for the plant strat, just try and swarm Disty with players. They are going to get that plant down so they can lose these frags early on here. It's going to be worth it for them. That's an Aiden Molly. Oh, Espresso. Or Nigel does find a frag for himself, and so that's really good. FaZe puts his Glock onto burst, but can't find any kills with it. And so really well played for the T's as they do get exactly what they want. They need that $800 bonus for getting that plant down. No investment. And so that's going to be an extra couple of $100. And they are going to be able to buy up now.
6J from the Polish side, just throwing the XDs out there in chat.
After getting
maybe trying to gain the psychological advantage. Maybe.
I think it was the fact that he lost a pure aim duel to Nigel with the Glock there, where he's a little bit unhappy, but finds it also quite funny. So good to keep a good-hearted mentality coming into this. But 6J does boost up and goes all the way down the railing here, just balancing closely. The Molotov comes out, but Klusek just pushing aggressively, and the T's weren't ready for it. So the heavy mid presence is coming out from the CTs. 3 falling in, and they're going to find the frags. All the T's down. And that's going to be a clean sweep for the CT side as they're going to move on. And 4 versus 2, but Klusek very low HP. The bomb dropped in top mid though, but they've given it up.
Doesn't look like that Poland know about that though. Ditsu will win the aim duel with Espresso there. And now Mason in a 1 versus 4. Bomb was dropped inside of that doorway there. So when the CTs pushed up mid, they wouldn't be able to spot that one out. So Mason has just a little bit, a tiny bit more leverage here, but still not looking at all likely for him. It looks like Warwick will be able to go for actually a tech pause here because something has happened. They have 2 players actually DC'd, so that is a very, very big concern for them. Hopefully, they'll be able to get that pause in. Okay, they've taken one of their tactical timeouts to try and sort this one out. What they need is a more permanent solution. But still, yeah, that's going to be a big issue for them.
Yeah, so going into that round, obviously the Polish side, they're going for that aggressive mid control. It's not something we see too often in the NUEL coming out from teams that are a bit less experienced. As a team, you don't really go for that heavy mid aggression. CT side executing well, but they have gone in and they have swept it up. But Warwick, they do know about this, so they're going to try and maybe counter this coming on. They're going to use this tech pause as maybe a little bit of a tactical pause as well. So they're going to call another one. So we'll see what they can do as we're just going to wait for some players to hop back into the server.
They're asking us to do something about it. We can't do anything. We haven't been given the Archon
we're a couple of
password.
minutes behind, so it's unfortunate.
Well, just asking BCJ Observer to do something about it, but he doesn't have the Archon either, so that's just a little bit of a worry. I have no idea how to progress from this point forwards, though, as that pause will expire. Take one more pause, and we'll write to Polish admin. But there we go. We're good. We're good. Warwick are good. They'll be able to get themselves going here. Just, you know, just sacrificing a couple of timeouts here to try and have some sort of pseudo tech pause. So I think they'd rather that than just losing around 3 versus 5.
Yeah, well, they are on full eco, just upgraded pistols here, so it's not the worst thing to happen. But just overlapping there, Mason and Fades do find the 2 frags there on the window players, so it's worked out for them here. So going into a 3 versus 3. Haven't been able to find the guns, but Nigel trying to find a headshot onto Inu, and if he does find this shot here, that'll be the round kind of over and done with. But edging closer, but Inu with a wide swing just to kind of tap him out, but Nigel can't find the headshot yet, and again, he's trying to continuously take this duel, but the CT rotation is in, and he's still looking at all the CT players that are all coming towards B. The bomb's left in T-spawn, and Nigel's just going to back off here. Apparently, when you can't find a frag, that's in call for a full rotation, but Kusek knows he's left A, but he's going to find 2 frags here. Nigel picks up the bomb, 16 HP, no armor, has got the deagle. This dude's just going to peek him here, and again, a wide swing here, and Nigel's just going to be taken down, and it's going to be 13-11 for the Polish side as Warwick hopefully going to buy up.
They will be able to, fairly comfortably indeed. Maximum utility on them as well. Poland, though, having a much, much better time on the CT side.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe? Is it the MM special? Are we going to go for A smokes?
The full instant A execute.
Let's go. Let's see how this one turns out. And, well, Poland currently are kind of out positioned. They've got their side, but the thing is, Stixie is able to get the double spray down. Stixie is able to get in as well. 2 frags for him. I know MFX against 4. That has all collapsed there as Warwick tried to all make their way out of the ramp.
Yeah, this dude just being able to freely peek up at the top of the stairs, just get 2 kills with the spray down, puts another player down to 1 HP, and just allowed to swing out a bench. No flashes, no nades, no Molotovs being used to force the CTs back early on. And the Polish side will take this 14-11. MFX just looking to maybe save here, or not really being able to do much. A very difficult clutch to be put into. But he has got 1 minute on the board, so if he can win this duel out against Inu, he should have free control to run over to the B site. But we'll see if he can win this as he's edging ever closer. Inu sat up on a bit of an off angle, as he will just win outright. MFX not able to check that, and so we're going to see the Polish side 1 off match point. I'm going to look to take their map pick of Mirage, and then we'll move on to Train.
Yeah, we will. The Poland side looking to finish their map, off in style. The Polish-Japanese University of Technology on 14 rounds, Warwick on 11 only, and Warwick having to at least buy down 1 AK here. MFX and the rest of them, though, able to get themselves onto pistol armor, and that is going to be it for this round. So in all likelihood, it's going to be a couple of map points going the way of Poland right now. But look at this. They've simultaneously pushed towards the ramp. Meanwhile, Warwick are trying to edge their way out of Palace. So that's a bit of a sketchy situation. Bruley has gone back, realizing what may have just happened as he finds the shot on towards Fades. Doesn't find the shot on towards Mason whatsoever. Ditz was able to trade one back. There we go. Bruley is able to find Mason eventually with a couple of op shops and an Espresso as well. Bruley is such a clutch player for them right now, and he hasn't been involved in many clutches, but still, he's just been finding the entry frags onto the T side and holding very, very strong on their defaults on the CT side as well. Such a huge problem for Warwick.
Yeah, Nigel's just baiting his team there. Fades goes out first, dies to Bruley. Mason doesn't attempt to refrag, he just jiggles the Palace position, just maybe saying, oh, I headshot him, but doesn't find the frag, and then Nigel just again baiting behind, and after buying up that AK in the previous round, only has the money for a Gallo and armor and a smoke. So we're gonna see this triple auto set up on the CT side, but MFX fast as hell takes down 6J, and that's the pick they've been waiting for.
Absolutely. If they're going to work themselves back into this map, then picks like that are certainly going to help. But here comes a push once again through the ramp for the Polish side, and here Mason's ready and waiting for it. Eventually gets traded out though by Ditsu. So that's the information gained there for Poland, that this A site hit isn't going to happen anytime soon unless it comes from Connector. Bomb is still in towards the top mid alley as well, so that has to be recovered by Warwick. Still yet more wasted time for them. Nigel getting optimistic with the jump shots, and Bluesec almost punishes them for doing so with that AWP, but Warwick have recovered the bomb now. They'll send it back towards the A side of the map. Jacob has advanced positioning here up through towards the top of Connector. Poland not in that position right now. They haven't even sent one towards jungle, so they've got two players on towards CT. This over the top of the ticket booth, though, will spot out one player, able to take him out, but Jacob's there for the trade. A 3 versus 2 situation now. Advantage going the way of Warwick. Still have plenty of time to work with in this one as well. They don't have to rush that bomb out of the ramp at all. So Jacob's there, able to recover in case there's a peek through short, and then the bomb will be planted here by MFX, and Inu spams him down for the smoke. But the thing is, the bomb has been successfully planted. Now a 2 versus 2 situation now. How do Poland actually manage this one? It's such a weird situation to be in. Kulsik hitting his way through with the Deagle out. He does have the AWP on his back, but the thing is, Jacob is there holding the angle, and now in a 1 versus 2, he's got himself towards the site as well. He's given the sound cue away by shooting towards Fade, but the thing is, the Molotov will go down on towards the bomb. Still time for Inu to be able to clutch this one out. He does have the kit on his back, but doesn't have the positional advantage over the 2 Ts to be able to do anything about the defuse on the bomb there. As doesn't have a smoke in hand to try and smoke any of those players off, or himself either. So Warwick get themselves 1 map point denied here, but they need to deny 3 more.
Yeah, really nice post-plant situation there. Fade just spotting from Connector, just sees a player trying to defuse, drops a Molotov, and that's the round over for them. And so we're going to see the Warwick Stretchy Boys just claw back into this. So going to have to play it round by round. Jacob picking up the ult now, only double ult for the CT side, and 6J finally wins that battle. Jacob getting taken down, but MFX picks up the ult instead. So we'll see how this plays out, but Distu with a very big off angle here, set up on top of the railing. So if MFX finds 6J, he's going to have to check the second off angle and fade. Could be the player to find Distu, but he hasn't checked it. He's going to get shot from above as he gets taken down, lead in the head, as it's left to a 3 versus 5. No damage being done. So it's going to be a very tough round for Warwick to kind of fight back against. This is the Polish team's map pick, but if they want to close out 2-0, they're going to have to keep going back, and another frag going the way of Bruley means that the Warwick are looking out of this map now. MFX left in a 1 versus 5. How much can he do? Can he get the biggest clutch of his career? Can he do it? He's got the open hand. He has got the utility, though.
He does. Creeping his way up towards the ramp. Bruley, he needs to land this shot to put... Oh, he spots him out. He's able to land the tag. MFX only down to 20. He finds the kill towards 60. Bruley pulling out the pistol. Make sure nothing crazy happens. Poland able to win the first map here of this best of 3. Warwick, though, they'll be looking to take back the advantage on Train in just a couple of moments' time. But what a fantastic performance there, John, from Poland. Able to get that Mirage win. It has been a map though that Warwick have lost on occasion to other UK teams, so I don't think they'll be too worried heading into Train here, which is basically their home for all intents and purposes. Bruley though, what a player for that Polish side. He's just absolutely insane.
Just dropping 30 frags, finding picks on the T side, entering out whenever he wants, just pushing through that A pass, finding 3 players on the A side. Or on the CT side, just doing the same thing, just going aggressive, using the ult, using the rifles, using the pistols. He's doing it all for his team right now. Fade's unable to drop 35 or 38 frags again to carry his team to a victory. So they do lose out on that one. Mason was lacking behind, sat around just 7 to 10 kills, not really enough for his side. They want to kind of come back into this game, but you know, looking onto Train, this is their map pick. This is kind of the map they made a name for themselves on. So hopefully they can do a lot more work here, shut down the Polish side fast and move it on to Dust 2 if they have any hopes of winning this series. But the Polish side, they're showing some strong forces coming out here, and they're looking like a team not to be kind of underestimated.
Yep, definitely. Really taking the game by its horns, going 1-0 up in terms of the maps here against the UK contingent. But what can Warwick do on their Train? That is the bigger issue. And Poland, they might be stunned on this one unless they have something prepared for Train to try and take the fight to Warwick. So Warwick on the back foot for now, but we'll get to see how this Train turns out, and maybe, if required, how Dust 2 decides things as well. I definitely cannot wait for it. We're just getting that server loaded up, waiting for that delay to come through as well. But I think everyone, at least from the UK scene right now, would just be saying, okay, Train is going to be pretty easy here for Warwick. But with the way Poland have been playing, that is arguably not a guarantee here. They'll put up a huge fight, and especially when Warwick's CT side has been pretty shaky throughout the competition so far this evening. And Train is a CT side where you just simply have to get so many rounds up on towards the board. Then if Poland can actually gain that advantage on their T side, then things start to look a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely here. And another factor that is coming into play is that MFX and Original G, they've been picking up an awful lot, but they haven't been finding a lot of these clutch rounds that we're used to seeing them. We're used to seeing them picking up 3-4 kills sometimes per round with them, having star performances. But we're just not seeing that at the moment. And on a map like Train, where there's such long angles, just dominated by AWP, they're just going to need to pull out a nice performance here if they want to have any chance. 6J and Bruley just picking up the AWP for the Polish side, and they're just winning each AWP duel. And they're only occasionally going on the side of Warwick, and they're also bringing out a lot of AUGs, and that's kind of a key factor coming out on Train, a map that, again, like I said, is dominated by long angles that you can hold down. So the AUGs are going to be super strong here, more so than on Mirage. So we'll see how this pans out, as we're just waiting for a couple more Warwick players to join the server. But if the Polish side, if they know Train, this could be a 2-0 for them.
Yeah, it could well be. We've got majority of players up in the server right now. They're not going to give us time for a break here, unfortunately, but there we go. This, like I've already said, this map is Warwick's pick. They've been dominant on Train with other UK teams in the past. Doesn't look like it's going to change here today, but can very much do so.
Yeah.
They will be starting on the T side as well, and you know, with the snowball nature of that CT side, sometimes things can get out of control if they're not too careful. But they will have a very, very deep strat book on this particular map. That is for sure on the T side. So if they can post up a healthy 6 or 7 round wins on that T side, then this is basically a win for Warwick.
Yeah, definitely. So, but you can't underestimate the aim of this Polish team. They've just been dominating the fights. Even when the Warwick side are doing their executes, they're just getting shut down by the raw aim. Pushing past these smokes is something that the Polish players can do. They've seen it before with Distu, just picking up that AUG, seeing the smokes come down. He's just going to maybe go aggressive, just get ahead of one, find 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 frags. Just bring it into a super favorable position for the retake to come in. That's just going to allow the Polish team to maybe just work out some rounds just due to individual aim when they maybe are not so versed on Train. we'll see how things go. Obviously, we don't really know how the Polish league is run, if it's run in best of threes. In best of ones, you don't typically see Train come out unless both teams are very comfortable on it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. But they didn't ban it in the initial phase, so it should be a map that they somewhat know.
Yeah, of course. And when we consider the veto process, they did, of course, actually ban what was going to be the map of Overpass. So obviously, the obvious perma ban for them does open things up for the other team to get their favorite map on the board, even though, you know, it all comes down to map pools here in that situation. If you're like Astralis, for example, where you can just play competently on, or more than competently on almost every single map, with maybe an exception of Cash, which is their permabound, then you have basically free reign in terms of what you can ban in that first phase. You can just basically ban the other team's favorite map instead of banning your permaban, and you still can be doing some fantastic stuff on Cash, for example. It's just one of the advantages of having a bit of a deeper map pool. Of course, we don't know what the map pool for the Polish side is like, but we do know that Warwick are well versed on, I would say, sort of getting towards 5 or 6 maps here rather than the full 7.
Yeah, a lot of teams in the NUEL, when they're starting out, they start out with a small map pool. They just try and grow it slowly, but Warwick, they're a long-standing team. They've got strategies and structure on all 7 maps. They know how to play them, all individually very strong. And so coming on to any map, they should have a kind of a good chance to win it. But we'll see how the Polish side do. So I do believe that they kind of come out with some stuff that Warwick haven't seen before, pardon me. Like, it could catch them off guard as we do move on into the pistol round.
Yep, we will. So we are going to get things started here for the second map of this best of 3. Poland taking it on Mirage, but Warwick get themselves onto their much favored train here today. Starting on the T side, though, however, let's see if they can post up a good score on this particular half to be able to set themselves up very comfortably coming into that CT half. Currently, Poland, well, they've just headed themselves a couple walking towards the back calls on towards B. Then Stickshade is able to find one, find the second as well. Can't find the third. Jacob's there to be able to trade. But things have gone wrong so far here for Warwick. They still haven't gotten themselves anywhere towards that site. The bomb has dropped all the way down towards the bottom of the lower ramp as well. So Poland won't have information on that one just yet. Fades, though. Fantastic little headshot on towards Klusek there. Brings the numbers down to 2 even, but Warwick, they have to recover the bomb. They have to perhaps get themselves out on towards this B side. Bruli won't be able to do anything trying to tap away with that USPS, and Ditsu similarly not able to land any shots at all. Warwick have gotten themselves on towards the B side. Bomb will be planted. Now Ditsu and Inu versus 3 Warwick stretchy boys, and Inu, he's heading his way on the flank towards the lower portion of the ramp. Then Ditsu just heading his way through towards Oil as well, trying to sandwich in these Warwick players. MFX is able to find Ditsu, but thing is, Zenu has the headshot here, has the angle on towards the bomb as well, finds MFX now in a 1 versus 1 situation with one of the star players of Warwick. Fades is able to find him over the top of the bomb train. Warwick, a shaky start, but a start which they'll still be happy about. They'll get the round win.
Yeah, 6J getting 2 frags early on. And just a T-side being able to recover from that is quite amazing. So we're going to see them buy up, again, picking up a couple of SMGs, but a couple more rifles this time as the CT side is looking to force up back into this round. Doesn't want to give in. They've got more bonus money from $1,400 to $1,900 now from the economy changes, so they are able to buy up more into this force buy. A couple of smokes, a couple of flashes, so we're going to see where those flashes will be put to good use. If they're going to flash into A main, just try and get some early aggressive frags, but Jacob didn't want to be left alone there as the flash comes in, does smartly move away from A main, back through the smoke towards T spawn. So good play from him to stay alive and just not allow the CTs to get an early frag, as they are just waiting to maybe retake A main.
Yeah, it certainly could be the plan there. 6J will be able to find some form of information towards the B side of the map, though. But the thing is, the bomb currently heading its way through the showers right now towards maybe the top of popped up. Maybe Warwick can get themselves out on towards this B side. Perhaps they have shown presence here already. Poland got 2 players towards this side. It does look like Warwick going to be setting up for a B execute. They do have many smokes in hand to be able to isolate those many angles on this B bomb site. 6J just posted up with this deagle in hand, ready and waiting for Warwick to get those smokes over, get those flashes through as well. 6J has been flashing angle briefly, gets flashed again just as he goes for the repick. So that's an easy site take there for Warwick. Be able to get the bomb plant through, and Bruli, Klusek, and Inu now in a 3 versus 5. Warwick, fantastic entry.
Yeah, really well played by them, just being able to recuperate and just move on towards the B-bomb side, just taking the frags out. And so we're going to see 3 TTs save their pistols and armor and just looking to maybe try again in the next round. But again, Warwick, this is their map. They're just going to remain confident. Fades, he just needs to drop 45 this game, I think, for him to win this series. And then moving on to Dust 2, he's probably going to have to drop about 63 frags if they want to have any chance. But yeah, CT side looking a little bit well versed in the map. They know what they're doing, but again, Warwick are just looking to start off strong here, just battle down that economy, just so they don't have a chance to come back into this half.
Exactly. Taking control early on that T side is a fantastic advantage you can get here on Train if you work it out right. But the thing is, you can't let that CT side get any sort of opportunity to get themselves back into this game, because the economy can snowball very easily on that side. But fast out on towards A. Warwick side decide to go then towards B for the last couple of rounds. But no. Completely blinds. Oh no, he gets swarmed by the T side there with Deagle in hand. And now Warwick have the side pretty easy. 6J trying to go down the ladder, and Jacob, make sure that no further progress can be made here from Poland. Again, very easy for us, showing how deep their strat book is. They went B and then they went A. Tell that to ENCE.
Oh, such smart play. Just being able to deceive them. But, Nigel does get traded out here, as the change of pace really catches the Polish side off guard. Inu just playing close to smoke, just blinded. Jacob getting teased a little bit too much. Doesn't have the urge to take those feet off, as we will see MFX come behind in the showers just to try and clean up Rudy, who has been playing games with the T side. But Klusek does find a frag onto Mason, and will save the Gallo. Or not.
Able to.
Or not. As Shovel Hands fades, comes behind him, scoops him up, and puts him away. And he will move on 3-0. But they did win the pistol in the first game on Inferno, and they didn't really win the half outright, so they've had more of an impressive performance on the T side. So we're going to see a double or triple org setup come out immediately for the CT side. Really big economical investment here, and 6J almost hits that flick. That was such a fast shot. Just doesn't catch him off guard, and Bruli again, Molotov Doc trying to find the frag, but Nigel playing around the pillar and does find that frag as Bruli gets taken down early, and Klusek whiffs the smoke, and they're getting a little bit in the head of the Polish side here as they look group up towards A. But Klusek, he is going aggressive. Knows they're at a disadvantage. They need to regain control elsewhere, so he's going to go aggressive and fast on the heels of the T side as Mason finds a frag up to 6J. Inu takes down 2 with the org, can't find the second onto the third, and NFX takes down 2 of his own, but Klusek fast on the heels and will find a flicking headshot as it will be left to Nigel in a 1 versus 1. Knows the position of Klusek, has to move fast, otherwise he could miss out on the position. But again, another missed nade. Nigel's going to pick up the bomb, he's going to go to plant it safe. Klusek has the ability to kind of rotate through main or through B, and so as well come out Pop Duck, so Nigel has to be a little bit wary now as he's buying his time, playing so slowly just to kind of get in the mind of Nigel.
It would be a 3K to finish off this round for Klusek. Finally decides to edge his way out of Pop Dog, finds the bomb is not planted in its sight. It's towards camera, towards stop sign, that area of the bomb chain right now. And Espresso gonna have an angle over the bomb. Doesn't have an exact one right now, though. He has to peek out a little bit further than that. Utility coming in, the smoke going down for Klusek, and Espresso is able to spray through the smoke and make sure no ninja defuse comes through there for the Polish side. Warwick Stretchy Boys getting 4, and Poland, again, they're going to have a sketchy buy in this one, but that was pretty well played there from Nigel. He was able to, well, I guess it wasn't initially when he whiffed that Molotov, but he was able to plan it safe, back off towards the backtracks, and able to work that clutch from that point forward. What you spotted?
4 nades coming out
Grenades.
for the CT side. One being or 2 being thrown down early, but 2 more being held. 1 towards Ivy and 1 towards main. So maybe not the full coordination you'd like to see. 4 nades in one area is guaranteed really to kill someone. The CTs are going to get flashed into Ivy, and the frags are going to come out, but FaZe does recover. This do not maybe able to transfer with the CD, but gets taken down by Klusek, and Jacob not there to help his teammate out. Just going to have to smoke off and maybe ferry those guns away, as that's nice work from the CT side to know they're at a disadvantage. Stack A, use the utility they have to try and get an advantage. And they're going to win some Angels, but 6J, look at this aggressive positioning. Going to come up behind MFX any moment now. Going to maybe go for the knife. Please go for the knife.
Oh, no.
Almost. I thought he would have gone for it there. If MFX didn't kind of push down further, he would have gone for it, but just get that double headshot there. Cleanly takes down the gun, and Inu finds a frag close, and Jacob left on 1 versus 3. Has got the open hand, has been able to do these frags before. 6J gets tapped down once with a P350, gets Molotov'd off. Gonna push out aggressively, sat on 1 HP, but Klusek takes him down.
Absolutely. Poland actually winning what was a upgraded pistol buy there in that one with a couple of bits of utility, but managing to make it work here against the Warlock Stretchy boys. It gives them a huge amount of cash coming into this round. Able to get the AWP onto Bruley, so potent here on this train. Same with Klusek as well. He'll buy himself up a big boy gun as Bruley. He'll go for this connector peak. Not going to be greedy with anyone just yet. Klusek actually getting tagged down to 54 very, very early on. Was that actually his teammate actually showing in the back there? I have to wonder, because it did sync up with an AWP sound. So that is a bit of a concern. But oh well, we'll just look past that one for now. Bruley just throwing that Molotov in towards teammate, trying to deny any push coming through there. I guess aggressive with the EWP on top of the trains as well. Smoke going down on towards Pop Dog makes this A site look a little bit safer, but so much utility being used early on would mean that towards the end of the round they're going to be a bit lacking. But in terms of the flashbangs, they are definitely okay. But still 2 smokes for the rest of this round now for the Polish side.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to see a little AXQ come out here. Really sat on top here with the AWP, and Inu takes down Mason with the AWP. Train comes out there as MFX takes down Bruley with an AK headshot. This T start barraging out towards A, and the trade's coming out 1 for 1 at the moment as Fades gets taken down, and Distu takes down another 1 versus 3 for Jacob. Again, deja vu for him as he's looking to maybe clutch out this time. Distu gets taken down, a player climbing up ladder, a player in backlines, and Jacob, his position is known. But the HP on the 2 CTs are low. The open hand of Klusek looking to edge out, find the frag. Here's Jacob playing it so, moving back towards A main, but he's still committing to that A bomb site and takes down 6J, and Klusek try to hold the cross. Doesn't find the shot, just a little bit too slow. And Jacob just going to rush towards that B site. No, he can't be there just yet, and he's just going to play the post-plant situation.
Would be a 1 versus 3 clutch for Jacob. Klusek with the AWP. Jacob with an AK. Smokes in between the bomb train and the grey train to keep Klusek guessing here. Klusek actually throwing away with the AWP, just picking up a CZ instead. But the thing is, Jacob is still on full HP. At least some dinks needed here from Klusek. He's been timings around the bomb train up onto it. He decides to go, and does he find Jacob? He's pushing up, and Jacob's not looking at him. He's not able to readjust. Klusek has just won the round there for Poland, throwing away the OWP, saying, don't worry, guys, I could do this with a CZ, and he's done it.
Jacob's absolutely soiled himself there. The player coming from all the way around just sneaks back up from behind, and he just managed to pick up the AWP drop so early on into that retake. Valiant attempt coming out from Jacob there, getting 2 of the 3 frags, getting it down to a 1 versus 1. Having the time, having the plan, just doesn't know where the CT can play, and so they're going to pull out the double up setup. Going to buy 2 M4s so this time, not able to whip out a couple more AUGs. And so we're going to see the T's kind of upgrade some pistols, go for a bit of deagle buy, and we'll see what they can put these to good use in. But Klusek takes down MFX, and a huge nade onto Nigel takes down him, and 6J is just going to spray them all down. So many frags, but FaZe find 1 deagle frag of his own, finds a second, and that's damage.
That's a huge amount of damage done to the CT side, and they don't have much cash to reinvest into the next round, even if they do win this one. Of course, you can get the drop through from Klusek, for example, but still, A lot of work done here from Fades. 7-3 in this entire game so far. 101 ADR. Wasn't that the same ADR that he had last round when you mentioned it? That's quite interesting. But there we go. Fades just walking his way all the way back around. He has enough time to be able to do this. He's got enough time to be able to find some weapons as well, perhaps. But none of them are going to be dropped anywhere near him, so he still has to continue on with that deagle. Hey, that's the same skin deal that I have. Anyway. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted a little bit.
Maybe. I was thinking I recently reinvested back into CS skins. Might not have been the wisest of ideas, but, you know, impulse purchases. You know.
Here we go.
So
he's creeping around the corner. Not going to find it. Able to cover off that particular angle, so Poland will be able to get their third, and Warwick, things starting to look a little bit shaky here on their T side, but just a couple more rounds for them on this half, and they should be sitting pretty for their CT side. They should be very, very confident indeed. Double up still coming up for the Polish side. Bruley going to be able to go for this connector peak once again. No, he's just going to throw a Molotov into there. Still getting very, very aggressive with that AWP. Getting himself his nose pressed right up against towards T mid right now. Klusek's not able to land his own aggressive AWP positioning up onto the lower ramp. But this is a huge amount of control gained on the A side of the map here, because we've got Skid Stay in here in Pop Dog, and if Warwick decide to head their way down, it's going to be a meat grinder for that M4. Poland's rotated 2 players back right now. You do have a lurk coming out from Warwick right now, which is currently Jacob, who's currently sitting right deep inside of Ivy. Kusek pushes up with the AWP, able to find Espresso. And will they peek out one by one? Will they make the cardinal sin of CSGO? Not right now. Kusek repositioning with the AWP.
Yeah, really aggressive positioning here. Knows that they could be going for a B execute. Just wants to get a couple more frags, feeling confident. Player we did highlight at the end of the last map was Bruley, who is sat currently at 0 frags, using that AWP, being a bit of a $5,000 decoy for the CT side, being kind of the linchpin to why it working a couple of rounds, but really finds his first frag as the Pop Dog push is so down by 6J. Really looking to get another crosser, just hovering over them through the wall. So he's just going to rock over, sat on a solid 7 ADR at the moment, but a huge nade takes down one and really can't find a shot. And really, he's not really having a game. He's not really having a performance this map so far. He's currently sat on, what, 18 ADR, which is not pretty. Mason sat on 19 for his team, but has doubled up on kills. So again, these teams they're not really performing across the board right now. And so Warwick or DJ ATK want to kind of step up. They're gonna start performing more, and Jacob just gonna bait out Bruley a little bit.
Yeah, has to do a lot more. Klusek though with the AWP on towards Ivy, not able to land the shot into either of the 2 players trying to cross there. Bruley now gets aggressive with the AWP. 2 AWPs in towards Ivy right now for the Polish side. Let's see how that one will work out for them. Warwick, still, everything they do right now is a little bit of a ruse, because they've just entirely spread themselves across the map. But Express with the deagle. That's a B site open there for Warwick, but the thing is, the bomb is way too far away. Express has to push up, has to get aggressive, has to buy more time, finds the second deagle, but not going to be able to find anything more. Bruley able to trade back and spots a couple of players heading themselves towards the grey trainer as well. Fade trying to bait over the top, allows space for his teammate to try and pick up, but Bruley with the readjust is absolutely fantastic. The bomb is still going down Pop Dog and towards A though. MFX, he's trying to sell the bait, but Klusek's able to will go down to the hand of Jacob. Jacob has to clutch it once again now, this time with only a deagle in hand.
Yeah, he's going to move over and find the AWP though. Going to take it 1 versus 2 now. He's picked up his weapon, his favorable weapon. The smoke's going to go down onto the bomb. Bruley's just going to rotate around and spots out Jacob. Doesn't hit the shot. Gets tagged down, but the CT's just going to hop on that bomb. Jacob's going to have to overextend out and possibly find the frag, and he will find the frag here. Bruley can't cover that angle, as he's just going to go and try and hold the bomb himself. Just going to tap it though, and Jacob playing this so well. He's been in so many of these clutch positions. 1 versus 2 is easy for him, and he will win the round outright, as Bruley's just going to have to run away. And he gets taken out by the bomb as well. Huge clutch coming out by Jacob.
That was absolutely brilliant there for Jacob. just a deagle in hand in the 1 versus 3, but able to recover an AWP caused so many problems there in that post plant as well. Killing the bomb diffuser just as he was marginal in terms of defusing the bomb, and from that point forward, it was all she wrote, and he was able to win the round. So Warwick Stretch Boys finally get their 5th after a loss streak of 4 rounds going the way of the Polish side. And look at what it's done to the money of Poland right now, because they're just down onto pistols. So despite winning 4 rounds in a row on the CT side, they're still not able to buy up when things do not go their way. MFX just posted up with the AK right now, just waiting for any push coming up through towards upper. Not going to happen just yet. It is a B-sided stack here for Poland. But Warwick, they've been very methodical. They've been very, very slow, at least on the vast majority of their T-sided rounds, that they'll just make sure they don't make any sort of hasty decision here about where to go.
Yeah, nice slow play coming out from Warwick. Don't want to overcommit to a site with a stack on it, but really coming up close and can't find the frag onto Nigel. Takes him down there as the CT rotation is all over the place. They're not sticking as a unit, and this could be an easy mop-up coming out for Warwick. But they got to be careful. These upgraded pistols could cause damage, but Jacob puts one through his chest, and they're going to get a 5 versus 3 going here, just going to crack open into the A site. The CTs all going to be playing passively. They're not even in the site at the moment. Nigel just coming up close, just checking all the angles. But again, the CTs, they're going to have to find some miracle headshots here with the Deagles if they want to have any chance of winning the round. 6J coming up around the smoke, could find an edge, but Dis2 finds a frag they need, and Mason's going to back off on the hearing of that, and we'll take down 6J, and the frags are just going to come back in the favor of Warwick, and they're going to clean up this round.
Yep. Easy peasy for Warwick against the Eco Pistols. But now is the slightly bigger hurdle, as Poland would be able to get themselves a buy up here. Dis2 getting onto the AWP, same being bought by Inu there. That'll go on to 6J, well, going on to just 6J right now. I thought they picked up, they bought themselves another op, but instead it was the one changing hands that he had already bought. So 6J now on the AWP, and that's another change for Poland. It's usually been Brulo and Klusek that's on those ops, but 6J now just deciding that, hey, guys, I want to have a try. He was AWPing on occasion on Mirage as well, so
there we
definitely
go.
not a stranger to that weapon, but Brulee is able to find MFX early on in Pop Dog.
Yeah, early aggressiveness. He dropped away that ult, picked up the M4, and he's been able to find a frag. Nigel Chapper his head in the crosshair, but FaZe takes down 6J, playing on top of green. That's going to be an important frag if they want to try and have any chance of winning this round. 3 versus 4 though, as Brulee gets Nigel, maintaining full control of Pop Dog, and Jacob swings out but gets taken down. Dry peaks don't help as FaZe gets traded out again. Not really flashing for their team, not really using the utility effectively to try and entry out. They're just getting a bit complacent. So we're going to see Mason left in another 1 versus 3 here. Possibly winnable here. Does find the first frag. Gets tagged down to half, but Inu sat very low. Bomb is in Mason's hands, and the edge just isn't close enough. But Inu does take down another play, and he gets 3 frags in the round.
Yep, he does. Warwick being put into situations where they sort of have to start clutching out some of these rounds. At least that's how they've lost most of those rounds against them, against the Polish side right now. And if you remember back to the winter finals, John, then you will know that Warwick, they pulled off some absolutely amazing clutches, both here on Train and on that third map on Mirage against Bath as well. It was Original G, or rather Jacob, that was able to pull out those amazing plays, but they've had mixed results so far here in the clutches here on Train, so yeah, Poland's not able to give themselves, or give Warwick another into this game. Of course, they did lose that clutch against Jacob just a couple of rounds ago, but everything else they've been able to shut down.
Yeah, this Polish side being a lot more daunting force than maybe Warwick were expecting. They're coming into this, they're finding a lot of tougher opposition than they normally find in the NUEL. This is a winner of the kind of Polish University League, so they are not to be underestimated here. Polish Counter-Strike scene is so dominant and really just going to back away. Doesn't want to overextend too much, does a little bit of damage, backs off, keeps alive. Utility being expended by the CT side, but Klusek gets 2 huge frags with the AUG. And they're going to maintain A main control on the T, so they're going to have to back up here. They have got 6 rounds in this half so far. which is completely fine, really.
Yeah.
But more is better, as I say. And so we're just going to see the CTs mop up. Mason finds another frag, but ooh, my voice is going. I'm having a struggle. It's been a
Yeah,
long day.
I did have a well, don't just stop just yet because Warwick have found another kill, and well, with 20 seconds remaining, they
No,
might
they
just be able to
can't
do
win
this.
this
Espresso
round.
has found one. 6J able to get, not able to get trade. The Mason goes and gets himself a kill. Bomb plant going down with 10 seconds remaining. We were just going into our filler in between rounds, but Mason's decided no, this round is still very much possible for the Warwick side. Gets himself towards the backtracks as well. This is absolutely huge here for Warwick. Poland, Inu making his way down. Bomb is planted at the side of that train, so Mason still has an angle over it if he manages to swing behind that yellow train. He
No, you
walks,
peek out.
he
You got to
holds
peek out
it, he
now.
holds it, Inu holds
No.
it! Poland managed to win the
Oh.
round. Inu with the balls of steel to hold that for the full 5 seconds without a smoke covering him. Warwick have thrown that one away, but that was still a round arguably that Poland should have won, maybe just a little bit earlier on, but they did allow Warwick to get themselves into a clutch
Yeah.
situation. They were able to shut them out this time, but you cannot give Warwick those opportunities because they will still be very, very potent in terms of being able to try to get those clutches.
Yeah, but losing it obviously it's very unfortunate for Warwick to lose out on that clutch, bringing the round back so close as they just find an entry. But kind of killing all the CTs that round, they had kind of ruined the economy of the CT side, and MFX just pulling out the Mac 10, maybe trying to capitalize on the lack of head armor of the CTs. But this just swings out instant headshot onto Jacob, but Mason trades back quickly as it's evened up into a 3 versus 3. A lot of utility on the side of the Warwick team, but not much on the side of Poland, as they have got no or one smoke, but 6J is aggressing behind, closely in showers as Fades goes for a quick entry out, crouch swing, takes down Klusek, and it's Inu left to anchor. Just buying time before 6J comes from behind, gonna help hold. As Fades gets spotted out, gets sprayed down. Inu's gonna climb up the ladder, but can't get all the way up as Mason takes him down. But 6J's in such a vital position to clutch this 1 versus 2. Bomb goes down and he can't find the planter. The CT's just edging ever closer in the middle of the two T's. The T's will have no idea he's here. And MFX does! And he takes him down there. 6J so unfortunate on the timing there, just a little bit too slow.
Just a little bit, and that will be it for that particular round. We're getting on to round number 14 right now. Still unsure about which way entirely that this half is going to go, but Warwick will hold the advantage in this round. They've forced Poland down onto upgraded pistols, down onto the armor as well. A couple of bits of utility going their way to try and leverage their position, but it's going to be a struggle in this round for Poland. 6J gets completely flashed off the angle as well. Not able to land any shots at all with that Deagle. Espresso with the AK now able to make sure that Lower is at least relatively clear for Warwick to try and push themselves through. They all lined up inside of the hole. Then 6J is completely and utterly flashed, completely blind from that pop flash. Phage is one of his easiest kills all game to try and peek out into that one. And now Bruley is going to be leading the charge back on towards the side here for the CT side. Deagle in hand. He's able to find Mason. Is he able to land the shots? Yes, he is. Eventually steps out, finds MFX. Can't put him in the ground though. Jacob finding one, and there we go. That's going to be the round going the way of Warwick. They will win out this half by what margin? I do not know. But the thing is, the first half throughout both maps so far, John has been very, very close indeed. So Poland, you know, if they can finish off the half with a bang here with their force buy, then maybe, just maybe, they have a bit of a better position to work from on the T side.
It has been really a kind of a series of T halves at the moment. Just seeing how many rounds they can grind out. The CT sides have been a bit weak as MFX finds the first frag. Nigel just swinging over and doesn't expect the early aggression as Fades trades back. Another player aggressive though gets taken down. This is an early kind of lead into this final round of the half. As this dude just try to push up close, doesn't catch one. He does catch one off guard, but traded out. In it left in a 1 versus 3 without a rifle in hand. Only a deagle, no kit. Gonna be close though.
Beat the Molotov through the smoke, lands the deke onto Mason, finds Jacob as well, tags it down so low. 7 HP for Jacob, but it wasn't to be there for Inu. Had a very, very nice try at it indeed, but Warwick will lead 6-9 coming into the second half. Fades again, putting up an absolutely huge performance there. 16 frags in the half. MFX and Jacob up on 11. We've got Espresso and Mason on 10 each as well. But this is where things matter here on the CT side here for Warwick. Been a bit lackluster, as I've already mentioned so far this series. On train, maybe that'll just be the advantage they need to try and take it here to a third map of Dust 2. That is a very, very close scoreline, but I think from this point forwards, Warwick may have a little bit of an easier time trying to close this one out.
Yeah, they just need to maintain their CT economy, play their own game, play what they're used to, play what they're known for. You know, if they come onto the CT side, they try to adapt on the fly, they try to do new stuff. It's just like they haven't really worked out before. It could cost them vitally here, but don't count the Polish team out. 6 rounds on the CT side isn't a lot, but they can grind it back on the T side, and we've seen it before. Warwick did kind of provide a massive comeback on Inferno before, so kind of anything's on the cards here. And so we're going to have to see what this pistol round brings. The CT side win this, and the next 2, they're going to put themselves up maybe 12-6, and it's going to be really strong start. But MFX strong start as he takes down 2 frags. Mason with 2 of his own. Klusek left in a 1 versus 4. Can't really find the headshots, but will find the trade onto MFX. Staying alive so long in that aggressive positioning. Flash is going to come out, doesn't really find anyone. He's going to pick up the bomb. Going to have to find the right place to go. Can't get the P250. Will find it eventually. And Nigel left waiting behind.
Yep, he is. Espresso Nigel, whatever you want to call him. Lands those shots all day. Klusek put in the ground a bit of BM as well from Nigel. But it all is well and good. We've got Warwick on 10 rounds, in double digits for them. They'll go for the 4 MP9 buy with the M4A1S just in support there. And, well, the M4A1S, John, has completely disappeared from pro play for all intents and purposes. So
this is what I like to see, though. 4 MP9s. I'm a bit of an MP9 advocate. Playing under my team name of MP9 specialists. You know, they formed a uni super team. Fades and a couple of other players picking up, you know, Bensky, Exploralis, Ghost, and I forget the last. Just because I'm slow, but the MP9 is a workout here. They're just gonna get so many frags and just waiting on the CTs to mop up theirs. Jacob just drives by USBs and Ferrari peaking faster than ever, and really left. Just maybe try get a bit of damage done, but Jacob 4 kills already, gonna get the ace, and that's a lot of money in his bank. Sat on $6,000 so far, and they are gonna save the A1S.
They are. Drop that one back to Nigel, and Jacob's able to buy up an AWP and utility thanks to all of the money that he's been able to accrue over the course of that past round. The SMG is giving a huge amount of cash every time you get a kill with them, so. And, well, MFX and FaZe will see it will get them into this round as well as a little bit of more of a bonus round for them. They're looking relatively okay. Jacob not able to land a shot in towards the mid, though. And completely blind in terms of the player actually up on the pallet there. That was a bit concerning. But Inu's able to find 2 on this entry on towards the A side. Jacob still with the AWP. Not actively peeking Pop Dog just yet. Trying to scout out these positions. Ditsu has managed to make his way out. So a bit of time and shenanigans there for Jacob. If he picked that a little bit half a second earlier, he might have had some success. But he's going to have the success right about now. 2 quick frags with the AWP. 6J's able to make sure that he is pacified. And now it's a 2 versus 1 for Mason.
Yeah, really nice stuff coming out there. Mason just looking to clutch out in a 1 versus 2. Been so many rounds, come so close to this, but 6J just puts a bullet in his skull, blows his lips clean off. And that's just going to be a round win for the Polish side, just coming back in, winning that first buy round for them. That's going to be strong to kind of put themselves back into this game. Don't want to kind of put themselves down and out too early on. They're going to try and look to win this map, take it 2-0, and so we don't have to go to Dust 2, which could be a bit of an upset. We don't know really what's going to happen. We haven't seen Warwick play Dust 2 in a long, long time.
Absolutely, and with some of the aim of these Polish players, they might just have an advantage on what is their very aim-dependent map. But here we go, Express. Nigel able to sneak his way through, gain a lot of information on towards Ivy. He knows that the area is secure now, so the rest of his team can be able to maybe manage this retake here with the pistols traded out. 4 versus 4 situation comes to 4 versus 3 situation because Nigel's found one with the Eagle, picks up the AWP in hand now, could use that to leverage this retake a little bit better, but the thing is, Fade from above with the P250 and is able to trade out 2. Can he find the third? Express is trying to walk around the corner. Inu finds the next one, and now it's a 1 versus 1 situation. 6J versus Nigel, but thing is, Nigel simply just not looking at him. Easy end to the round there for Poland, but that mid-round was absolutely mad. A fantastic effort, though, for Inu with the multi-frag to be able to open up that 1v1 there for 6J.
Yeah, but the economy damage done by the CT side has put these teams on such low money. Only Brawley just kind of start above $2,000. He's going to rock that all locked for the flash, but again, the CT side, they're just going to sit on upgraded pistol. Fades is going to buy up the body armor. Fades coming in, and the CTs are encroaching closer on towards the A main, but Jacob gets taken down. Bullet to the face, lips again going clean off. He's got none left. And so we'll see Nigel aggressive towards Ivy, though. 6J just doesn't check it. That's timing, though. Could he re-peek and get 1D himself? And he's going to recheck, and he's going to find that spray down. Again, aggressive BM. This is all on the line. They're trying to get in the heads of the Warwick side. So we're going to move on in. But Bluesec, he's found the gap in CT's on B. And he's going to call for a rotation. So the T side is just going to regroup, can move over towards this B side. Or not. I say look to bombard out towards A, and he's going to look to lurk from behind as effects. He's going to find the first headshot, looking for a second. Will find a second, looking for a third. Can he find it? Picks up the AK. Doesn't have the chance to shoot him, but really nice stuff there.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Warwick not so comfortable on their CT side of train here. Poland able to win those past 3 rounds in a row, but Warwick this time able to get themselves a double AWP setup on the map right now. This is one of the pivotal rounds now that they kind of just have to win and stop the momentum here of Poland. And Poland, what do they decide to do here? They've been bombing out A quite often. But instead, maybe a change of tack here. Probably just waiting for a push up through upper. Klusek covering the lower as well. But Jacob has been able to find the frag on towards Ivy. That was the lurker of 6J though, so
yeah,
it's not going to give away too much in terms of Poland's plan of attack here.
Yeah, Mason getting flashed off the angle here. He's going to have to stay alive, but just doesn't fall back to the correct position. Just out in the open. Nothing to do, and Klusek takes down another. Burns down MFX with a molly. And this is aggressive positioning coming out from him, keeping the CTs at bay. Just going to play this, and Faye's just waiting for the retake to happen before he starts climbing up the ladder. But again, aggressive bombardment out towards this B site. Mason, he was doing it on Inferno. He was losing B by his own without frags, and he's going to really have to step up here if he wants to have his team to have any chance of winning. And oh my god! Fades has just been handed 2 free frags from heaven, just dropping down. Good night, sweet child, as he puts 2 players to bed as he looks to save another smoke, and will find an AWP though. So Fade's picking up a full set of utility and an AWP. That's really good for him. And so they're going to save the double AWP setup. Again, Jacob, he's going to be that linchpin. His, I'm going to say his best map is this, and best side is going to be CT side train. He always does a lot of work here. He's going to have to do a little bit more. He can't just find 1 frag. He's going to have to find 2. He's going to have to take a bit of pressure off of Fades if they want to have any chance.
Yeah, exactly. Poland getting their 10th round now. Looking to try and close out this series early. Showing a little bit of presence towards the B side of the map. Maybe someone will be able to get that smoke down and try and delay any further. But the thing is, delay tactics, at least this early on in the rounds, not really all that worth it. But the thing is, Poland now maybe just trying to work these defaults around the map right now. Just working the picks, but the pick goes the way of Fades initially. Spins back
Oh,
around.
man.
Knows the pressure might come through team mid, but 6J has his number. And now Jacob with the AWP. Suspects one might be on the top of the train. That is true right now. Goes for the no-scope. Gets sprayed down to 68 HP. Expresso's there to be able to try and bail the AWPer out of that situation. Broly's made his way out towards New Box, though. Could be very pivotal in this round for Poland as he edges his way out on towards the site. But the thing is, FFX gets tagged down. Now that's the information given away that Broly is pushed out on towards the A site. But now MFX can't be able to land the AWP shot at all. But Mason is here holding strong on the B site. 2 quick frags for him. Broly just has to back out of this one. It will be perhaps a 12th round going the way of Warwick. 30 seconds left on the clock. Broly's just trying to go quick and try and find another route in towards the B site. But Jacob, as aware as ever, able to make sure that does not happen. Warwick Stretchy Boys have their 12th, and now Poland are down onto a very, very small buy.
Yeah, Warwick looking to kind of step back into this game. Try close it out now. Try hopefully close it out 16-10 for them. Double setup is seeming to be the plan here, getting a couple of orgs out as well. But we're going to see Mason and MFX just going to buddy up towards the B site. Just careful of any B rush, just going to help him out. We are going to see the T just pick up a couple of pistols, 1 smoke, and Klusek just running out B up at the end. Mason finds him and takes him down, and that's going to be an early entry, but just anti-eco thing's going to be for the work side. As
absolutely.
Really happened, but yeah.
Yeah. Have the weapons advantage in this round, saving that double AWP setup as well. Those deagles, though, can be very potent in the right hands. Dick's not able to land the shot. But now, again, Poland just playing scared right now. They're just trying to sort of capitalize on any over-aggressiveness from Warwick's side. But the thing is, you know, since we've commentated and we've casted Warwick for so long, we know that they just don't tend to push on the CT side whatsoever. So all Poland are doing is just wasting time.
Yeah, here. This is kind of a good chance to kind of speak and call a little bit of a informal tactical timeout. But you know, if I was the Polish side, just go out, just die, just try and maybe find a frag here. It really takes down a nice deagle, a headshot, and then looking to maybe find MFX. He just comes out swinging, but deagle spam does find him, and that's going to be some important frags in there. Get even it up back into a 2 versus 2. Inu just isolated on the wrong bomb site though, has picked up an AK, and he's moving ever closer. Just waiting, and they're going to maybe, I don't know what he's doing there. The bomb's left on A.
No
CT's there. They've got bomb control surely here. And this round has been turned upside down, and Nigel's just going to put a bullet back into Broly, just kind of close it out. But 4 seconds left, and Inu's just going to save here. But he has got the economy to save. Doesn't matter too much for him if he lives or dies. So see what happens here. But a huge misplay from Warwick just to give away so many guns for no reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Poland, just as we were talking about, you know, maybe taking the informal tactical timeout, just using the eco round to try and talk things over, all of a sudden, Poland just getting themselves an opportunity in the 2 versus 2. But unfortunately for them, even if they were able to recover the bomb, even if they were able to get it planted, it's still very unlikely they'll be able to win the round because they had a lack of armor on both players. So as soon as they get body shots shot onto them, then their aim is just going to go completely all over the place. But Jacob has opened things up on this round for the Warwick side, able to find Ditsu with the push through towards upper. Meanwhile, Poland, they're going to go quick towards lower, then stalled out at the grade chain, able to smoke the crossover. Jacob doesn't go for the shot. The Molotovs go towards the back of the side, both going to be extinguished, same with the grenades as well, as that won't do too much damage at all. But Jacob gets the timing kill up through the smoke. Broly pushing up very, very close as well. Jacob still posted up on that angle through the middle of the smoke. But the thing is now, Broly in the 1 versus 5 situation. Bomb has been planted. He has that going for him, and that is just about it. Maybe the fact that the CTs don't know his position at all. He's able to spray down Fades, not able to readjust onto any of the players. Warwick get 14 and get ever closer to going on to Dust 2.
Yeah, they're looking to claim out this map. They're looking stronger than ever. They're feeling confident. They're winning the rounds. They did allow the T side to get B bomb control, but they're winning those retakes, and that's what's vital. Distu sat on 8 frags at the moment, and that's not enough. Mason clawing back into the game is kind of matching up on frags with the rest of his teammates, but Distu really lacking behind. And this is kind of like the importance of what happens when you're not fragging out, you're not doing your role. You need to kind of step back up into this competition. MFX is not able to find the first frag. The T start to bombard out towards A. They've got one upgraded AK and a couple of armors and pistols. The smoke gets dropped down, so Jacob has a little bit of space to work with. The T's are just slowing it down too much. The pistols can't get anywhere when you slow it down, but Klusek finds a frag and Inu finds another. Trades coming out left, right, and center, and Bruley left alive, alone in a clutch situation. Has got a deagle. Looking to find some headshots. Got a little bit of space to work with, though. As Mason spots out, but doesn't spot the head. 4-3 working not in their favor, and Jacob gets taken down here, and Mason gets taken down as well. One bullet in the mag. Fades 1 versus 1. Just sat in the ladder position. Bruley doesn't know where he is. Gonna play it slow. He's gonna maybe look to pick up an AK, pick up the bomb, play with time. He's got all the kind of cards in his hand. He's got the confidence. He's feeling it. Fades. He's got the pressure. He doesn't know where he is. 1 versus 1. Wrapped all the way around the bomb site. Knows Fades is on one of these extremities. Has got the bomb. Fades just rock solid. Doesn't rotate. Doesn't move. Bomb plant is going to go down soon as he holds it. Fade starts edging out ever closer in a 1 versus 1, and he does take him down. Broly so close, but yet so far away, and Fade's looking to maybe save an orb somewhere. But yeah, my, that was tense.
Yeah, those headshots from Broly. He's been doing so much work with the Deagle so far this series, but unfortunately not able to find the final frag required onto the head of Fades to make sure that he doesn't be able to get this match points now. Well, not match points, excuse me, but map points going the way of Warwick. 5 of them to be exact. Poland will have a buy into this one. They'll have the double orbs on the T side. Full investment. Nothing more, nothing less from them. They need these rounds ground away if they're going to close this entire series out early with a 2-0 win over the UK's Warwick Stretchy Boys. But Fade's quick in towards Pop Dog now. Able to hold that position just for now. He got a good couple of headshots here just a couple of rounds ago, but Jacob will open things up as he has done on so many occasions. Mason boosted up at an off angle now, but Stickster is able to find Jacob. Broly's able to find one with the AWP as well. Mason pulls out the knife at exactly the wrong time, but he's still able to get the way. Espresso's able to get one back. Fade still holding on Pop Up, won't be greeted with any aggression just yet. Meanwhile, Mason on the B side will be greeted with 3 Polish players heading their way out on towards the B site now. Poland changing up the pace, but they can't find exactly where Mason is playing. He's playing on top of the bomb train right now. He's able to land a spray on towards 6J now. A 2 versus 3 situation now. Warwick with the numbers advantage, but Inu's creeping himself up on towards Mason's position right now. He will be able to find him, but Mason spins around, and he's able to find it. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Bruley versus Fades again. Now, Bruley on an AWP. Much better weaponry than Deagle he was able to use last time out, but the thing is, he gives the information away. Fades is posted up on his angle right now. He's not able to land the AWP shot through the smoke. Fades is going to be holding that smoke, but he's not going to be able to defuse. Bruley keeps Poland in this game.
Oh my god. That's so tight and so close. Fades almost 6 to defuse, but just can't find it as Bruley finds the AWP shot on him through the smoke. They're going to bring it to a 1 more round. They've got 4 more to go to overtime, but so close, so tense, such close situations. And Warwick are going to go onto an eco round. Fades picking up some armor, but CTs are going to stack towards A. Nigel pushing closer to the player in Ivy. Just going to back off in time. Can he find the headshot? He's going to find body spam, and he can't find the frag, and he will find it. One player locking him down, and he's just happily patient to wait here as MFX comes to kind of back him up here, and they're going to start double peeking, and MFX can't find the headshot, commits to the peeking. Nigel just needs to kind of maybe buy some time here as this dude comes out towards A, and the T's are just going to kind of collect their thoughts and realize it's not worth fighting Nigel, and they're just going to move towards this A site.
So close indeed in that previous round. Poland looking to make it a little bit more convincing on this round. They're able to find the frag onto Mason, put Jacob out of the round as well. 4 surviving into the next for Poland, and the thing is, Warwick, they'll be able to buy up into this one. They may just have 1 or 2 more coming towards the end of this half to try to make sure that we don't go to overtime and we go to Dust 2 instead. Orp onto Jacob. MFX hasn't picked up a weapon. Finally, he will be able to do so. There we go. He's going to be late to his position, though. Let's see if Poland can be able to capitalize on him being slightly late to one of these sites, but they won't be going fast out onto any of them just yet. Espresso getting Nigel getting himself aggressive over the top of the blue chain with the M4A1S, but the thing is he tags the player down towards 41 HP now. Has to back off, return to Ivy since there is going to be a threat coming that way, and unless they are careful. Molotov through from Poland, not going to be able to concern Nigel too much in this situation.
Yeah.
The spam through the smoke isn't going to work either, but Bruley with the AWP, can he crack open the Ivy position? That is the big question once that smoke dissipates. The Age might have some company here if Poland decides to drop those two players down the pop dog. There we go. Totally, utterly deleted there was FaZe. And MFX on this A site now still has a lot of work to do. Will go down to Disto. Mason's able to trade one back, but 6J has the frag on towards the bomb site though. But the thing is, the bomb is still in towards the side alley here, so they'll have to try and get that one more towards the site. But the thing is, BlueSex able to open the way out for them. Jacob has to sit here and save. That is for certain.
Yeah, really nice work coming out there. The totem pole drop coming out into Pop Dog. Something we haven't seen from PJ80K before. It's a strat that's kind of been coined in the North American scene. Been around a while, you'll stack two players on top of each other, and you'll both drop down at the exact same time, taking a little bit of fall damage, but it guarantees you pretty much the chance to trade out unless the player's got some sort of insane aim where he can kill two players in midair falling down. It's gonna be very difficult to capitalize on that, but they do get the control of Pop Dog, and Jacob's just gonna be left to try and clutch out, and Bruley just sneaks around the edge and takes down Jacob, and they're gonna go 15-13. Close to bringing this to overtime though, Reptros.
This will be very, very close indeed. Warwick will have to go onto pistols here, that is for certain, if they want the best chance possible. There we go. Deagle onto Nigel. That's about it. Fade's picking himself up a P250 armor. That is the entire investment for the Warwick Treachery boys. Just a single grenade onto Mason as well. They're very much up against it. They've sent 4 towards the B side of the map here, trying to catch Poland out and gaining the early information through the push through Ivy. He's done this on so many occasions, but not going to be fruitful this time. Thing is, Poland have pushed all the way through on towards the A site now. They have connector control, or rather Z control as well, so Klusek can mow players down if they decide to rotate this way. And Poland able to get the bomb plant onto the A site, so they will have a chance here. As long as all goes well for them, they'll have the chance at overtime.
Yeah, here, just the Warwick boys eco in here, just maybe looking to pick up an AK save one, take it into the next round, just give a little boost to the economy, but Jacob gets taken down, squatting around the corner. As Bruley has really come back into this game. Was at 0 frags for maybe 7 or 8 rounds, but now sat top fragging for his team, sat on 25 frags, almost top of the server. But of course, you can't be top of the server when FaZe is connected, so he will sit there with 28 frags, doing so much work for his team every single map. Sat on 95 ADR, just so far above the rest of his team.
Yeah, here we go. The last round of regulation time. It's the Polish-Japanese University of Technology that's currently behind, but they have an opportunity to force overtime here, and Warwick have the opportunity to take us to Dust 2 without the help of the overtime. They've got themselves an AWP on towards Jacob once again. Here comes the push up towards lower here for the Polish side. Mason is the only one on this B side to try to defend this one. Lands the spray onto Distu, but the trades are there for Poland. We might be looking at overtime unless Warwick can do something on this retake, but Bruley with the AWP is holding oh so strong. Jacob and Nigel now in a 2 versus 4 becomes a 1 versus 4. Now, very quickly, a 1 versus 3 for Nigel. This will be the most epic clutch ever, but it's not going to happen. 15-15. We will have overtime.
Oh my god, the balls on the Polish side just to be able to call at 14-15. Let's rush B. No nades. No strategy. Just straight raw angels, and they just win it. And they're just going to bombard out onto that site, and they're going to clean up, and they're going to take it to overtime, winning, I think, 5 rounds in a row. And they're going to be putting the mental pressure back onto work. They thought they had it, and they're feeling a bit tired in chat. Some of the things being said in there are maybe not appropriate, but we're going to move on to the next half. Distu stepping back up, going kind of try to get some more frags for his side. Again, really top of the scoreboard again, leading the way. Fade's not so far behind, but we'll see how this plays out as they are going to pick up an AWP immediately. So we are going to look to play MR3 10K, obviously, or
Yep.
not obviously. In the NUEL, we are running MR3 16K, but just in here, we're going to run MR3 10K. It's a little bit more standard, but this kind of harms the CT economy a little bit more. It's a little bit more fragile. So Work are going to have to win this round if they want to kind of buy up into the third. Elf brought out the double up setups quickly. So we'll see what they can do. Mason so far back on B side, just jiggling. Oh my god, Jacob take him down so quickly. Bruley just having that star performance we said he had. He just had a little bit of a slow start.
He also used his teammate to jump across and just try and bait out the attention before he's able to pick. And Klusek's able to get one of his own as well. So fantastic start here for overtime here for the Polish side. Able to get that smoke down on towards the Z position as well. Fade's going to be neutralized there unless he's able to land nutty shots through the smoke with his AWP. Thing is, Nigel won't be checked here at all off, and he can play some timing shenanigans here. Will be checked, though, by Ditsu. So still 5 players alive here for Poland. Fades and Mason might even have to try and go for the save here because of the MR3 10K, but they're able to do a lot of damage here. Mason getting the 2K before deciding to back off of that one. Poland, this is the exact start they need. They continue exactly where they left off.
Yeah, definitely. Just being able to bombard out onto that site, just winning the Angels, really just getting an insane first entry, and then the rest of the teams are able to capitalize on the mayhem that it causes. And so we're just going to see Fade save the AWP. Obviously, with it being MR3 10K, the economy, you kind of have to be a little bit more careful of it on the CT side, as by the time it comes to that third round, you might not be able to buy up into it fully. So we're going to see what the CTs can do, if they're going to stick to the double AWP, if they're going to go aggressive, how are they going to play this out. Coach Allen's going to have to be saying some kind of big things right now to kind of steer them in the right direction.
Yeah, Warwick very much sort of encompassing their coach into basically the entire team. It's not a 5-man roster here on Warwick, it's a 6-man roster because the coach can do so much work.
It's a 1-man roster with Fades fragging like that.
Maybe, just maybe. But the thing is, there goes the entry out towards the B site then for Poland. Klusek's able to make that site open. But the thing is, he hasn't checked everything because MFX is still here sitting behind the spools. So Klusek's completely and utterly missed that one. He's going to push his way up through the smoke and make you catch out Jacob. But the thing is, here's MFX with the AWP. Klusek's able to find Jacob and make this B-bomb site just a little bit more open. But the thing is, there's still MFX on towards that B site that he's had to be concerned about. He has to do a lot of work, but he's not able to find one more kill. The one more kill perhaps required as Shidle chases the player around the doorway, but not able to put him down in the ground just yet. Warwick Stretchy boys maybe deciding to back off of this, because if they take too many casualties here, they'll have a very small buy indeed coming into the last round of this first half of overtime.
Yeah, Fade's going to have to save this AWP if he wants to be able to drop over a couple of weapons to his teammates. 6J just edging ever closer. Fade's going to have to find this frag. The T's are just coming in from all angles here. 6J just baiting out, and such good bait as Broly just swings out, just takes that pixel angle. And they're going to go 17-15 down. It's been, what, 7 or 8 rounds in a row on the T side for the Polish team. PJATK showing they are kind of one of the most dominant forces in the European university Counter-Strike scene. And we didn't really know much about them going into this game, but we know a lot about them coming out. They are not some team that can kind of pug out. They know what they're doing, and Fades knows what he's doing as he finds the first frag. And he's looking to find a second. The Molotov does so much damage. The nade, the T's are also low, but they're just going to carry on going out towards this A-site. Pug style in hand as Klusek takes down MFX, and Distu takes down Nigel as Fade looking to call back for his team as Jacob finds another. His mouse has stopped working, gentlemen. His mouse has stopped working, and Fades another frag. What more can this man do? Oh my god, as Bruley left in a 1 versus 2. So doable for him. He's been performing so well. all game, and it's only left on Mason to find him in the back, and they will finally get a CT round half, or CT round at this half, and they're going to move on to the second half of overtime. But such a dominant position for PGA TK right now, as
Yeah.
they only really need 2 CT rounds to win the game.
Yep, they do. They need 2 CT rounds to not win not only the map, but the entire series as well. Warwick are playing for survival at this stage, and it hasn't gone too well for them on the CT side of this first half of overtime, but we'll get the tween teams switched over. It takes a little bit of time. They have configured the server to make that process take an entire minute, which is going to be interesting in this overtime, especially if they go for multiple overtimes, but there we go. But still, Poland showing their class here. This is one of, if not the favorite map for Warwick, and they've basically been schooling them on it, at least so far, at least on their T sides. But as we get those sides switched over, Warwick Stretchy Boys, they seemed a lot more confident on their T side the last time around, and that has been the case throughout this entire competition so far. They've just have been absolutely nowhere on the CT side, but now they've gotten onto the on-form side, quote-unquote, they should be able to have a little bit of a fight. But the thing is, Poland have been so good, especially Bruley.
Yeah, all but 6J stepping up here, taking down Nigel, getting that early frag as a T. So just going to go out towards a hug style in hand, and they're going to find the frags. Distu takes down Jacob before MFX takes down Inu. But they've got aggressive positioning in the bomb site, keeping the CTs at bay as Mason looking to edge closer. Does see Distu takes him down, gonna get a frag onto 6J. And MFX takes down Bruley, and there's gonna be left on Klusek in the 1 versus 3. But coming from behind, has got an org in hand, full utility. He's gonna find the first play. Can he land the speed? Can find it, can find the second, can't. As MFX takes him down through the stop sign and says no. Gonna even up the scoreline. Will we go to a double OT? It's not going to be a University Counter-Strike game without overtime.
It won't be. We had, I think if I remember correctly, I think in the lower bracket final of the NUEL competition last split, where we had a double overtime on Mirage to decide who goes to LAN and who goes home. Like, we're no strangers to overtime here in the UK scene. Let's see if Poland are more used to it, but Jacob able to find the pick on towards Klusek onto the site, and the early advantage they can work. But Inu and Distu have taken Jacob and Mason down, and now it's only MFX Express and FaZe to be able to open things up. But the thing is, MFX has gotten a fantastic frag there on towards the site, and Poland, they're all spread out in this situation. No potential to be able to trade or hold crossfires here, so free bomb site for Warwick to try and get themselves the plants, but they've gone on top of the bomb train and almost punished there from 6J.
He's
slight mistakes, slight misplays coming out from Warwick, and almost threw the round away there.
Plant not coming out so far, and it's just allowing the CTs to get into more aggressive retake positioning as MFX does get traded out, but the bomb's not being planted, it's been dropped, and I don't think he knew he had it. Fades is going to find that flag, it wouldn't be Fades if he didn't. And it's going to be 6J left alive in the backlines. A double peak's going to come in soon, but it's not. As Nigel swings out with the ult, takes him down, they're going to put themselves onto match point. They just need one more round to win the map. Can they do it? Can they claim their map pickup chain and put it onto Dust 2? I believe.
Yep, absolutely. Maybe you believe. Maybe a couple of others in chat don't believe. I'm sure the polls will hope for another overtime. But yeah, the buy is terrible here for Poland. They might just be up against it. Jacob able to open things up. He's gone for this aggressive peek up towards the mid on so many times, but the trades are there at least in some form for Poland. Klusek now getting very close in towards Olof then. Fade's going to be caught with a nade out here, but he's able to land that shot. Fantastic stuff. Inu in a 1 versus 3 to be able to maybe try and close out this series, try and get another overtime. Otherwise, we will be going to Dust 2, perhaps. Mason chasing him around the stop sign, around the camera position. Warwick Stretchy Boys will win the second map, 19-17. We will be going to Dust 2. We will be going the full distance.
Wow.
Jesus.
That was an insane map, but I've just been informed that has been a bit of a situation as FaZe has found too many frags and has played for too long. Unfortunately, we're going to have to call it there because Fades has got an assignment due at midnight, so the Warwick Stretchy boys are going to forfeit this finals.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
wow. Okay.
Interesting drama.
Not able to get a sub. Sub me in. Sub me. I'm volunteering.
Who am I going to cast?
You're going to cast on your own. I've had to be doing that for the past
need,
couple of days.
3 players needed to leave us along with
So,
Fades.
no, we've got BCG as the observer. We've got you and we've got me. We're the new Warwick Stretchy boys. Yeah? Yeah?
Against this Polish lineup, I'd be a little bit scared, you know? It's really unfortunate, and it's a sad way to end kind of this series. It's been a really interesting series so far, going 1-1 is so close for Poland to take it. And if they maybe close it 2-0 out, we wouldn't have been saying this, but unfortunately they did lose that map, and we would have moved on to Dust 2, and Gibby wants to come back in. We want to step back in. I'm not sure what's happening.
It isn't a joke. It is what we've been told. I'm just going to double check that. It looks like Warwick are going to be forfeiting as 3 players have to leave.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. We were setting up for a fantastic series.
It was such a good run in, and it's so close, and the Polish side were just pushing the upper limits of Warwick, and we haven't seen Warwick really being pushed that far, being tested that much in a long time. Obviously, they did lose that best of 3 to Portsmouth, but they weren't really tested too much, and this Polish team, they've really got it going for Warwick, and I thought it would have been a great third map. Well, really interested to see how Dust 2 would have gone, but unfortunately we have to kind of end it there. It's kind of how the cookie crumbles this time. And
that wasn't the ending I was expecting.
No,
it's like 2 of my life now. I was expecting a 3rd map. I had, I still have my water here.
Maybe the teams could play out another time, something like that. Hopefully these 2 teams kind of maybe find the time to just play a Dust 2 map out and try and find the true victor. But again, congratulations to PJATK, the Polish-Japanese Academic Institute for Computer Technology or something.
Yeah, I mean, they technically won.
Yeah, they've won it, and I think really in the games they did kind of have full control. Again, they did lose Train, but they did take it to double OT. They kind of pushed Warwick all the way, and I think they had a really good showing, and it's great to see University Counter-Strike, not only in the UK, but across Europe, kind of post these dominant teams that can really kind of push our best to the limits. So it's really great to see that.
Yeah, all credit where credit is due. The series ends 1-1. Poland will take the win due to a forfeit from the Warwick Stretchy boys because they had they have other concerns about their, of course, academic progress, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that is, unfortunately, we're going to have to cut it short. That is unfortunately all we have time for here. Poland take the win on a technicality. And, that's going to be it. I've been Raptros. Follow me on Twitter at RaptrosCasts. That has been Dr. Pi, John Chia, John_Chia on Twitter. And that has been Phil as well, being our producer. We've got BCG working the cameras in-game as well. Thank you very much to Asus ROG, Intel, and Twitch Student as well for supporting these NUEL streams. We'll see you for more regular season action on Tuesday. See you then.